5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's up, everybody? I'm back in the rocking chair. Got my Cayman Islands cap on. Got my Target Hawaiian shirt on, which everyone always asks, where the heck did I get the thing? And it's good to be back. I can speak loudly. I got really good internet connection. Actually, let's make sure I'm connected to the internet. I'm connected to the internet, and things are good because I'm back and I see you guys here. I already got some live chat activity here. So hi, everyone. Monroe Mann here. The man behind the channel is coming to you live and direct. How are you doing, Anjali Ramjatan? Yes, you are the first person to make a comment, so I'm very proud of you. Oh gosh, CDP, yeah. We're gonna be talking about this price gouging thing a lot today. This big old price control plan, and the fact that Kamala Harris just keeps stealing every single policy idea that Donald Trump has. It's becoming a kind of absurd. Let's see. CDP says, I'm looking forward to your input on the price gouging rhetoric from one side. Personally, I see this counterproductive propaganda that only hurt farmers and the lowly worker. The lowly worker, yeah. So, yeah, CDP says, 10 minutes to go, get your notebooks out. You're funny. You are funny, CDP. The governor. Oh, whoa. Wow. That is the fastest super chat I think I've ever, I think, it's only been a week, so it's not a think, I know. You know what I love about CDP is that he always donates in pounds. And so I always get like a little bit more. So it's £1, but $1.30 in dollars. So thank you for getting me up and going. Thank you for the price gouging right there, CDP. I need a little price gouge to get me going. So first, I'm back from the trip. I had a really great time on the cruise. And I really recommend, if any of you have not gone on cruises, to try one out. This is the second cruise that I've gone on. I went on a 3-day cruise last year. This was a 7-day cruise, which was really cool. And as you guys know, went to Jamaica, went to Cayman Islands, went to Jamaica, and ended up on Ocean Key, which is a Bahamian island, but it's leased by MSC Cruises. And as you know, MSC is a Italian cruise ship company, Mediterranean shipping company. They switched from shipping packages to shipping people on trips. And the island, Ocean Key, apparently like 5 years ago, 6 years ago, or 10 years ago, whenever it was, when they leased it, it was basically a garbage dump. It was an industrial facility, and it was just not cool. Now it's one of the most gorgeous marine preserves in the Caribbean. And I'll post some photos on break diving, which is my community. I posted something on X, and I'll also post something here on YouTube because Ocean Key, gorgeous. So, I'm back. Good to be back. But I want to I have a few things to talk about today on topic. But I'll also talk about things that you bring up. One is confusion is normal. The other is talking about Kamala Harris's proposal to create price controls. If I don't remember, I want to talk about her other proposal to have a $25,000 first-time home buyer credit. And yeah, and I think those are the main topics for today. And so anyway, so we've got CDP getting the ball rolling, brother. Thanks, CDP. I appreciate it. CDP, can you let me know, can you see the tally on the top that says there's $1.30 in Super Chat? Or is it only available to me? I'm wondering if that's something that's public for you guys. Elijah says, my creepy uncle died. Who am I? I don't know who your creepy uncle is. Is your creepy uncle Billy Bob or Rocco or Kino or somebody else? My name is Monroe Mann. I'm the man behind the magic. Cooper says, or Copper Aura says, cruises terrify me. Happy Saturday, though. Yeah, happy Saturday to all of you guys. Welcome to this live stream. Cruises, have you been on a cruise, Copper? I mean, here's the thing. You don't even know that you're on, when you're inside the ship and you don't see the ocean, you don't even know that you're really on a cruise ship, except for the very few times when it starts to rock a little bit and you go, oh, okay, is that me? And then you go, oh, that's right, I'm on a ship. And this thing is very subtle moving. And it's not like this. It's just like a little tiny, tiny, tiny. And it's not, it goes for maybe a minute and then it goes back to normal. Unless, of course, if you're in the middle of a storm or something, or high winds and waves, maybe it'll rock more. And then you see the most amazing views from the ship. And it's peaceful and relaxing to be on the ship looking out over the open ocean, but it also, I think it helps remind us how insignificant we are in a good way. It's very humbling and reminds us that we're not the center of the world, and maybe we can have some impact on the world in some small situation. But I mean, it was weird, like me being on the cruise ship, I was like, big whoop to do. Even if I get to 5 million followers on YouTube, who cares? I'm on X very casually, and I think I have maybe 450 followers. I hate X, 100%. And it's just like Instagram and all these other places where everyone's just trying to clamor for attention and showing, look at me, how smart I am. Look at me, I'm so intelligent. Look at me, like my posts, like me, make me feel great. And it becomes so addicting in a bad way. And I hate that I'll wake up and maybe I'll go into X and see that I get a new follower. And I realize I don't like it. I hate it. I hate being on social media. I hate what it does to you. And YouTube, I kind of feel is a little bit different. I feel like there actually is a community here on YouTube. I feel like I actually get to know people. You guys get to know me better. And I really don't feel like it's just about me. When it's on X, I just feel like the worst possible version of Monroe Mann. And on YouTube, I feel I'm the best version of Monroe Mann. And I almost feel like in many ways, YouTube brings out the best, and I think people in the community too. I don't know, YouTube is in a league of its own. And you can't compare it with TikTok, you can't compare it with X, you can't compare it with Facebook. So anyway, I'm just letting you know, I like being here with you guys on live streaming here. I almost don't even want to do live streaming on Rumble or on X or anywhere else. I don't get a good vibe. So anyway, it's good to be back. But the first topic that I want to talk about, and again, I will get to all these comments. And if you're new here, I will get there. And I'll respond to all your comments. Everyone's trying, and this is me putting my PhD in psychology hat on. We're all trying to figure it out. We're all, every single day, we're trying to figure things out and saying, okay, when is my life going to get together? When is everything going to make sense? When is my life going to take off? When is all of the effort going to be worth it? And, oh, as soon as I do this, everything is going to work out in my life. And guess what? I just don't think it exists. And this is a recurring theme that I've come up with over and over and over again. I keep repeating it, that no one's got it figured out. And this is another reason why I don't like social media. People present versions of themselves that do not exist. And it's not good for us psychologically because there's something called Facebook envy. That's something that was a coin that was termed in psychological circles. Because 90% of people do not present who they really are on social media. And I think I do a pretty good job of putting who I am, the real me. I share my struggles all the time. I have a difficult relationship with my mom. I struggled with my dad dying 7 years ago, and I'm still trying to navigate my life without having that father figure in my life. I saw someone on X the other day saying, so my strategy on X is I will post 5 posts a day, and any posts that don't get traction, I delete them. And I'm just thinking, okay, so you're basically just admitting you're not actually doing it to be honest and genuine. You're doing it to get likes, and if it doesn't resonate, you remove it. That's like me saying, hey, I'm gonna do live streams, but I'm gonna delete any one of the recordings 24 hours later if I don't have 1,000 views. I'm thinking, what is wrong with, I mean, that's insanity right there, people. There's something wrong with you if that's what your focus is on. But the point is you're trying to keep up with the Joneses. That's why I have a social media company, and it's a not-for-profit. It's really awesome. We got people all around the world. This is not an advertisement for it, but it's relevant because I created it because I hate social media, and it brings out the worst in us. Where break diving is this beautiful community of people. It's a not-for-profit. You have to apply before you get in. And it's just a beautiful, awesome thing. You're always welcome to join at breakdiving.io, and it's free. You can join in premium membership, but it's always free for anybody. We're a not-for-profit, and I always want it to be that way. But the reason why people love it so much is we're not trying to compete with each other. We're all trying to lift each other up. And what I want you guys to know, your life is probably not as bad as society and social media and comparing with your friends and all that makes it seem to be. Take inventory of your life right now, right at this moment, like literally right now. Are you in okay health? Not perfect health, but right now, are you fine? Look at me. I could complain a million times about things going on with my body and my health and this and that, but right at this moment, I'm fine. I'm smiling. I can speak. Okay. I had a breakfast earlier. I'm not hungry, and I'm not thirsty. And my mom and I have not had an argument in the last hour. Great. And I'm with you guys. CDP just gave $1.30. Fantastic. On Super Chat. I mean, is my life bad right at this moment? No. Right now, my life is perfect if I'm focusing on the right things. And I know we hear that dopey stuff all the time about, oh, you've got to focus on gratitude. It's annoying because you hear everybody saying it. But I think the problem is it's become just such a platitude. If you don't know what the word platitude means, it's something that's said so often that it's become trite. We got to think positive. We got to focus on what we're grateful for. We got to be grateful for the things we have, not the things we don't have. All true. I read something while I was on the ship, one book that I was reading, I forget which book it was. Oh, it was that psychology book about reframing your brain. And just saying, it's like 99% of us already know what we need to do, but we forget. Which is why I repeat things often. The book was just saying something that, again, I'm repeating it now too, because the book reminded me of that truism, which is most of us know what we need to do, but we don't focus on what we need to do. We focus on other stuff. You guys know that you have a pretty good life. Even if I'm going to tell you some of here, all the things that I'm struggling with. Okay. I quit my job as an immigration attorney 7 months ago. I've been living off of my savings and investments, and I have some private legal clients, but I don't have a huge law firm. I'm trying to figure out, okay, how am I going to pay my rent in September? I can pay it. I'm not stressed out about it, but it's like, where am I going to find that money? Am I going to use the savings? Am I going to sell some investments? Am I going to come into a brand new legal client or something? But right now, do I have to worry about that? No, life is good right at this second. Do I have difficulties with my mom? Absolutely. And she's elderly and I care for her and she has her issues. And I'm happy that I'm able to care for her. Did we have problems on the ship? Absolutely. We were living in the same room. And it's why I live in a separate apartment now. I used to live with my mom when we were up in New York. I had to move out eventually because it wasn't good for either of us anymore. And now we're in separate apartments, it's fine. But you know what? I have difficulties with my mom. And I've taken over the role of helping her now that my dad's gone. And it's tough. And it's not easy for me. What other things can I complain about? I have no idea what I'm doing with my life. Here I am, quit my job 6 months ago. I've done a TED talk. I did a TEDx talk in New York City in April. I thought that was going to change my life. Oh my gosh, Monroe Mann, my dream has finally come true. I'm a TEDx speaker. Well, here I am. It hasn't changed my life. Most of you probably didn't even know that I did a TEDx talk. Guess what? I'm doing another TEDx talk in Philadelphia in a week and a half on August 31st. If any of you want to come, I have a limited availability for tickets for free. If you want to come and you're in the Philadelphia area, let me know. But it's like, guess what? I'm struggling thinking too. It's like, I can't believe it. I'm going to go do another TEDx talk, and it's probably not going to change my life again. And I've got YouTube thing. I knew that YouTube getting monetized was not going to magically make me a huge YouTube star. But I was anxious. I was scared, wondering what's going to happen. First of all, I was thinking, is YouTube going to even monetize my channel? Because I do talk a little bit about current events here, and I wasn't sure if, you have to it's a balancing act of what you say and don't say, because YouTube wants us to be a family-friendly place and whatever. Every company's got their own rules. But lo and behold, I got monetized in one day. Not saying it happened in one day after I met the requirements. In one day, I met the requirements. And that blew my mind. And then I'm thinking, oh gosh, but I'm sure I'm not going to make any money from it, blah, 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 blah. And guess what? I have been. I think I've made $45 in a week from YouTube, just from the super chats. I haven't even done subscriptions or this. And I'm not telling you this because I'm hoping that you will. If you do, great, no problem. I'm telling you that most of the things we're worried about don't end up causing problems. I was worried about, oh my God, what am I gonna do when I quit my job? It was fine. I ended up using my savings for a month and a half. Then I found 2 legal clients that paid when I get a legal client, it goes pretty well. And it ends up paying for like 2 months worth I'm a good lawyer, and people pay me well for my generally contract services. If you guys need any contract work in New York or any federal legal work, come my way. By the way, someone just gave me another super chat. I will come back to that in 2 seconds. I will give you full honor for whatever that is, but I just want to keep on my train of thought. Thank you, by the way, for that. What I was saying is confusion is normal. That's the main topic of what I was talking about. We'll get into the political stuff in a minute and what's going on in the country and all that and price gouging. But I want you to know that, number one, go after your dreams. 100%. I cannot believe that I am making money as a YouTuber after 18 years, guys. 18 years. And there's $5.54 in the top right corner here. For me just doing what I love to do, which is talking and inspiring people and educating people and making people laugh. And it took me 18 years to finally figure out a way to do that on YouTube. So that's the first thing. Don't give up. Second thing is, be comfortable with your confusion. Because, and this is what I was talking about social media before, the picture that everybody paints of how perfect their life is not a valid picture of how their life is. I just give any example. Pick Donald Trump, pick Kamala Harris, pick Tom Cruise, pick, let's see, Will Smith, pick Whoopi Goldberg. I'm picking Americans because obviously I'm an American and it's what's top of mind. But anybody, you think about, oh my gosh, they must have the perfect life. I mean, think of Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez right now. Perfect life, right? But they've been married twice. Now they're getting divorced again. And I mean, this is just, it's not easy. Life is not easy. It's very, very difficult. And I'm just hoping, I'm just telling you this because I'm confused with my life. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I just had a big fallout with a business partner of mine and with another business that I'm running. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that's having problems right now. But the YouTube channel is starting to take off. Who knows where that's going to be? But I don't have a girlfriend. I've never really had a girlfriend. And I'm on the cruise thinking, I see all these guys with these beautiful wives and their kids. And I'm thinking, my gosh, I'm 46. And so if any of you guys are watching and you're single and you don't have kids, and guess what? It's fine. Confusion is normal. It's so easy to compare ourselves with other people and think, why am I not as awesome as they? Why did they get that? What does he have that I don't have? What does she have that I don't? Don't ask. Because you know what? It may look like the perfect family. The husband and wife may hate each other. The kids may be the worst kids ever. The kids may hate the parents. The parents may hate the kids. Maybe they're having incredible financial difficulties. Maybe they just lost both of their parents at the same time. I mean, don't ever think that someone's got it better than you. I promise you, they really probably don't. And they may be able to cover it and put on a good face, a happy face. And again, I will get to all of the chat comments in a second. Don't leave. I will read all these messages on here, but sometimes when I get on the roll, I just got to keep going. By the way, we're at 10 likes, which is a bronze medal on the YouTube live stream Olympics. So when we get to 15, we're going to be at a silver medal. Don't compare yourself to other people and learn to be okay with the confusion, because if you start allowing the confusion to give you anxiety and stress, that's going to add anxiety to your confusion. I just want you to embrace your confusion and go, you know what? I'm confused. I got no idea what I'm doing with my life. I got no idea what I'm doing with my family. I've got no idea what I'm doing with my social life, with my romantic life. I have no idea what I'm doing with life in general. Why the heck are we here? I'm a Christian. I still don't know what the heck I'm doing here. I mean, again, it's a big thing. Like, why did God create us? Assume God's a real thing. But why? Why the heck are we here? My point being is, someone said to my friend Sam, a friend of mine from India, he's been living in the US for a while. He's now living in Boston. And I would talk with him because he was living with me for a while here in Miami Beach. And I would say, well, I'm so confused. I don't know I wish I understood why we're here, this, that. And he said, Monroe, if you knew that, you would be God. And I thought, well, that's a good point. And I realized, I'm not God. I'm not God. So of course I don't understand. If I understood everything, I would be God. But I'm human, I'm frail, I'm imperfect. I have no idea what's going on half the time. So I revel in that. Oh, it's okay to be like that because I'm not God. So guess what, guys? Chill out. Enjoy today. Enjoy this live stream, you and me, together. We have no idea what we're doing with our lives. And again, some of you may say, well, I don't know what he's talking about. I know what I'm doing with my life. Everything's going perfectly. Guess what? Nothing good ever lasts. So get ready. Because if everything's going perfect and you've got your perfect plan and perfect family and perfect job, what do they say? Pride cometh before the fall. If you get too cocky, starting to think, this guy Monroe, I'm glad I don't have his life because I got everything figured out. I'm making $300,000 a year and I'm married and I got kids. I say wonderful for you. Congratulations. But be careful because that's right. Something's going to happen and it may not happen. Like, that's the thing. I call this like the circle of misery. So let's say I look at someone who's making $300,000 a year and go, oh, I wish I had that. And then the person with $300,000 a year is saying, I cannot believe I'm in debt $2 million. The person who's in debt $2 million is doing that, is comparing. And everybody thinks that the other person has it better. But the one thing that the other person has is missing something else. So the person with money may not have love. The person with love may not have spiritual peace. The person with spiritual peace may not have a stress-free life. The person with a stress-free life may not have money. The person without money may be getting evicted. The person with getting evicted may not have a lot of possessions. So, I mean, it's just, stop comparing. So all I'm telling you is just please embrace your confusion. And I'm telling you this because I'm trying to talk to myself as too. Because let me turn on all this talking's making me hot. You know what I'm saying? All right, got to turn on the air conditioning again. Embrace the confusion, guys. Be okay with it. And just realize that this too will pass, and you're gonna figure it out. You're not gonna figure everything out, but you're gonna figure out a small part of it. Just chill out for a little bit and realize you don't have to solve every single problem today. All right, let me go to some of these comments here. Abby's asking when I realized I was gay. I think it was July 13, 1924, before I was born. And does your hat say, oh, we got Scott asking if I'm, why does everyone, it's so weird. Spammers, can you come up with something other than telling me that I'm gay? I'm not gay, and if I were gay, who cares? So it's not even an insult or anything. It's just really silly. We got other thing. Okay, 1 pound is $1.38. Yeah, I think it's 38 cents, but I think, correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know, how would you guys know? I think YouTube takes out, do they take out the taxes when they put it, I don't know. Let me see, hat says Cayman Island, thank you. Nope, it says Cayman Island. And if it were Cayman Island, that would be fantastic, because gay people are very fun. I'm just gonna say, if you ever gone to a gay bar, it's a pretty lively place. And hot chicks end up going to gay bars too. So, if you're straight and you want to pick up a chick, go to a gay bar. All right, Copper Aura Collective. I just like to have time to experience the places I travel to and not be limited to the resort areas. So Copper, every single island that I got off at, I deliberately walk. This is the case in any city, in any of these islands. You get off the ship, and the first 2 streets are always going to be tourist traps. They're going to be a disaster. And what do? I hike 5 or 6 blocks inland, and I find the local area. Just like if you watched one of my live streams before with Rocco Tribbiani, and I was it the Cayman Islands? No, it was Cozumel. And I just walked a few more blocks up, and it was like I was a local. And I personally love it. I don't like the tourist areas as well. But I do agree. I wish cruise lines would stay at least 2 days in every city so that you could, or what it does, it stays at port and that ship leaves or something, and you can stay in the town for 2 or 3 days, and then you come back and get on the ship. I don't know. I agree with you. But there are ways to feel like you're not just a tourist with all those tourists walking around by going a little bit inland. And Copper says that he or she likes spaces on X. Okay, that's good. I haven't really done. The only one that I did was Elon Musk and the Donald Trump interview. Jesus is Lord says energy. Mods, some sweeping up to be done. Yeah, I don't think we have any mods. CDP, let me know if you want to be a mod, and I could do that. See you soon, okay, agreed. A lot of people here, just chill out. Okay, psychology, people can't wait in line. Sounds unrelated, but I think it is. So Copper said, I was talking about psychology before. For those joining me, my name is Monroe Mann. I have a PhD in psychology. I'm also an attorney. I have an MBA in finance. I'm an Iraq war veteran, Bronze Star nominee. I'm a comedian, I'm a musician, and I incorporate all that stuff here onto my live streams. So today we're talking with Monroe. Yeah, people can't wait in line. Well, it is all related because it's all about psychology. I think that one of the reasons I studied psychology, I wanted my PhD in psychology, because I wanted to figure out why the heck I'm so confused with life. And I thought getting my PhD in psychology would help me feel better about everything and help me understand everything. All getting a PhD in psychology will do for you is get you more and more confused. And it's not going to solve any of your problems. It'll just help you have a better understanding of how confused you actually are. And that's what people think. You think that someone, just because that person is a medical doctor, that somehow he or she is going to live a more healthy life and is going to have, no. That medical doctor is just going to maybe have a better understanding of the problems with his or her body. Someone who has a PhD in psychology just probably better understands his or her psychological problems. And a lawyer, does that mean that I don't have legal problems? No, I'm human. Lawyers make mistakes. Sometimes I will do something foolish as an attorney for myself that I would never let my client do. But I will say one thing that I'm really good at is making sure I don't get involved with people unless I have written contracts. I don't care who you're getting involved with. And this is going back to the psychology thing that Copper's mentioning. Copper says people just can't wait in line. That's exactly why people get involved with business partners or whatever, with friends, and they don't get a contract signed. Because they're so excited. Oh my gosh, Mary and I are going to start a business. Oh my gosh, Tim and I are writing a screenplay. Oh my gosh, Frank and I are, what else are we doing together? Frank and I are getting married. That's a business. If you don't think getting married is a business, you're a complete fool. Because you're allowing love, quote unquote. I still don't know what that really means yet. I think love is the fact that I care for my mom. And she's having some difficulties now. And I go out of my way to do whatever I can to help her. I don't know what romantic love is. I haven't figured it out yet, maybe because I've never really experienced it. Most women drive me absolutely crazy. I think that's why I don't have a girlfriend, because I don't know. But my mom, even though she drives me absolutely crazy because she's a woman, but for other reasons as well, we have differing personalities and this and that. She's done so much for me. And if you guys have parents, don't be the bad children who don't do anything to help. Don't get married and then have kids and then just throw your parents to the side. I think that's so uncool. And that's why I love Asian culture and also Latin American culture with their appreciation for family. Asians and Latin Americans care for their family. Americans discard family, discard their parents. Your parents did so much in most situations, in most of your family situations. They did so much to help you get to where you are today. You should help them when they are in their golden years. When you're they're struggling. They're struggling with life, you gotta help them. It's a pain in the ass. And it's not easy. And people always talk to me all the time and go, Monroe, you're able to accomplish so much because you don't have kids. Stop coming up with excuses, people. You're blaming your failure in life on your kids? I'd hate to be your kids, guys, if you're blaming your kids on the reason you don't succeed. I'm still doing all of the things I want to do in life, and I'm taking care of my mom. And I think caring for an elderly parent, infinitely more difficult than caring for a child, because with children, you can tell them what to do, and they got to do it. And every single year, you hope, in general, they're becoming more and more easy to care for. A 2-year-old is a lot harder to care for than a 5-year-old. 5-year-old is a lot harder to care for than a 10-year-old. And yes, I know, the teenage years. But gosh, any of you who have cared for an elderly parent, you know it's a lot harder than caring for, because the parents, they're still adults. They can make their own decisions. I cannot force my mom to do things. As a parent, you can force your kids to do things. But that's the big distinction. And with parents, the mind is deteriorating every year and year. With kids, the mind is developing and becoming more and more independently functioning. So, what's up, Yasmin? How you doing? I'm going into the comments now. For those of you joining, I go to the comments. I go off in a little monologue, go to the comments. Zach says, strive to better yourself. Not to outshine others, but to become the best version of who you are. Every day is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to move closer to the dreams that inspire you. 100%. Zach, absolutely. And I'm hoping that I get to do that for more and more people on these live streams. I believe in God. I told you that. And for my whole life, I have believed that my God-given mission was to inspire millions and millions of people to go after their dreams and to feel better about their lives. And I was starting to give up on that dream up until about 3 months ago, 3.5 months ago now, when I started doing the live streaming, and all of a sudden I realized, oh my gosh, I finally got my audience. I thought it was going to be me somehow figuring out a way to become a public speaker at Madison Square Garden in New York City with 25,000. Well, how much cooler it would be if I get to do live streams on YouTube Live for 25 million people one of these days. Gotta dream big. Gotta dream big. And it's come a long ways. I remember the first day I did the live streams, I had one person watching for 3 minutes. On a 20-minute live stream, I got a grand total of 3 minutes of watch time. Now I got 65 people here. Sometimes it goes up to 100, down to 40, this or that. And I get 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 hours of watch time in one live stream. By the way, we're at 3,500 hours of watch time now. We have 500 more to go, and now I think I can apply to do the advertisements. Keep going, just as Zach is saying. Forget about other people. Focus on yourself. There was this other channel that I was subscribed to. And I had these notices, and I kept getting these posts. And it was saying, oh, look, I just did this. And in some ways, I had to take off the notifications from this channel. Because this channel basically had about 200 subscribers in the beginning of June. And then I don't think it's monetized yet, but it's up to about 1,500 subscribers in a very short amount of time. And it took me 18 years to get to 1,500 subscribers. I had to turn off the notifications because it was starting to make me doubt myself. Because I started comparing my progress with that progress. Same thing with this other channel that every time, and he's a friend of mine, every time he would go on and do a live stream, every time he would post one of his shorts, he'd get 3,000 to 5,000 subscribers. I mean, that's humbling. And it's like, oh my gosh, I do a short, I get 500 views. I do a live stream, maybe I get 62 people. It was not good for me to get these reminders of everybody else because it wasn't inspiring me. It was making me compare myself to them, and it made me feel inadequate. So sometimes, in order to not compare yourself with others, don't expose yourself to other people and they're bragging. And what I'm telling you is, nothing here is me telling you that I'm bragging. I'm trying to tell you, don't compare yourself to me. I hope you go faster than me, but if you're not going faster than me, don't compare yourself to me. It's not about me. You're in competition with yourself. And my mission is every single day, try to do one live stream and get 1 or 2 more subscribers and get a little bit more watch time. I'm very, very happy with that. Thank you, CDP, for mentioning my Cash App, which is Monroe Mann. What's up, Major? Okay. I don't want anyone who's got a name on here that is, all right, hide user on the channel. If any of you guys have a screen name that's got a foul word in it, you're going to be blocked from the channel because I don't want anyone to see foul language on my live streams. What's up, Damien? Zakin's here. Zakin says, I have something like a typical American dad. Thank you. I honestly, I don't have kids, but I consider you guys my kids. And I mean that as a compliment and not in any creepy way. But if I were a dad, I would try to tell my kids what I'm telling you guys. Like, hey, believe in yourself. You can do it. And you're beautiful just the way you are. And you're going to find your way. Don't worry if you're confused. We're going to get through life together. Zakin says, do I like Bud Light? I actually don't like alcohol at all. I hate the flavor. It makes my stomach feel upset, so I don't really drink it very often. And let's see. Emran's asking me if I want to fight. Homie, I do not. I also don't want to punch. All right, Emran is going to be put on a timeout for 10 minutes because he's telling people, and guys, if you tell people to promote drug use on here as well, that's also something that's going to get you timed out. All right, let's see. What's up, Unshielded? Coppers in New Jersey. And Major and Yasmin are here. Pork Chop is here. Lamar Luttrell signing autographs with his gold medals at the mall today. So guys, if you don't know, Pork Chop 76 comes into my live stream randomly, only says one thing and then disappears. It's always about Lamar Luttrell, and it's always about the Olympics. So if you come to my live streams regularly, we always celebrate Pork Chop 76 when he or she comes into the live chat and leaves that wonderful message reminding us about Lamar. And Unshielded Believer gave $2. Wait, CA, $2? What the heck is CA? Canadian? Are you in Canada, Unshielded Believer? First, I'm giving you a thumbs up. I'll give you a thought. That was your third super chat on a live stream, Unshielded Believer. So, I think I answered this before, but if I didn't, first of all, let's give a round of applause to Unshielded Believer for helping to support this channel. I appreciate that greatly. Does my hat say Cayman Islands? No, it says Cayman Islands. And as I mentioned, though, if it says Cayman Islands, cool. Well, why not? As I say, a gay party is quite a party. CDP, giving a little bit more. 2 British pounds. Oh, I'm getting money in all these different currencies. By the way, Unshielded Believer, if you tell me what does CA stand for? Is that Canadian or something else? Or I don't know. Tell me what that currency is. I'm very, very curious. CDP says, by the way, CDP is known as the governor. He's the governor here on my live streams because he has the record for the largest super chat ever in my YouTube career, which was 10 British pounds, which came out to $12.30. Pretty amazing. Wow, I just looked at the likes. We blew past the silver medal. We blew past the gold medal at 20 likes. Now we're moving towards 25 likes, which will take us to the palladium medal on the YouTube live streaming Olympics, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for clicking like and for subscribing so you get notifications. Maybe. I can't tell you how many people who I go to, they tell me they have notifications on, the bell is on, all notifications, and I go, and they say they don't get notifications. I go and check their phone, everything is set up, they just don't get notifications. So, pretty crazy. So thank you, CDP. I greatly appreciate your ongoing support. You are a true scholar, a gentleman, and CDP is telling us if you focus outward, you can't see inward. And in some ways, I will say the double to what CDP said here. It's weird. As soon as I started live streaming, I start having these. I got my nose starts running. It's like me talking so much makes my nose go all crazy. Let me take one of these allergy reliefs here. And by the way, guys, I can't tell you how happy I am to be back home and being able to be in the privacy of my apartment, and I can talk loudly, and I can riff with you guys. It was really hard on the cruise ship. I feel like I'm really home because I'm with you guys, my real good friends. I really mean that. I love you guys. Give me 1 second. I gotta take this pill here. This pill. Okay. Okay, we're back. So he said, CDP said, if you focus outward, you can't see inward. That's true, but there's 2 sides to that coin. So I'm going to focus on the positive side of what CDP said and also the negative side. So the positive side is if you focus outward, you can't see inward. That is perfect if the inward side of you is in turmoil and is miserable and depressed and confused and anxious. Then if you're focusing outward, meaning whenever I'm doing a live stream, why do I love public speaking so much and performing? I think it's because I suffer from depression and confusion and anxiety, but I get such a high when I'm like right now. I couldn't feel any better. There's no drug that could make me feel as awesome as I feel right now talking to you guys. Because I'm not thinking about myself. Even though I'm looking at myself and I hear my voice, I don't see myself and I don't hear my voice. All I'm thinking about is you guys, the listeners. And by me focusing outward, as CDP said, I can't see inward, which means I'm not going to be focusing on my misery, my depression, my anxiety. The truth is, what's that expression? An idle mind and idle hands are the devil's workshop. What does that mean? If your mind is idle and your hands are not doing anything, eventually the devil is going to go, I'm going to use that mind and that hand. I'm going to use those malleable tools to my advantage. So if you want to get out of depression, the number one thing, this is why I said the other day, it was before I went on the trip, if you're feeling depressed or you got something going on with your mood or you're lazy, this or that, whatever you're doing right now, you got to change what you're doing. Because if you're sitting on your bed and you're watching Netflix or whatever, and suddenly you're realizing, oh, I'm so depressed. Oh, I'm this. You got to stop whatever you're doing, because that's what allowed that intrusive thought to come into your mind. You got to go do something else. Focus outward. Go on a bike ride. Give your friend a call and talk. The same feeling that I get right now talking to you, sometimes I get when I'm talking to a friend. Sometimes just calling a friend and talking to that person can allow you to get out of your own inward thoughts and start focusing outward. But let me talk about the flip side of what CDP said. If you focus outward, you can't see inward. If you're always focusing outward and never taking some quiet time alone, that could be dangerous. That's what a lot of people do when they drown themselves in drugs and alcohol use, and they drown yourself in social media use, trying to pretend that their life is perfect and trying to just dumb down the reality of what's happening. I'm not advocating that any of you ignore what's going on in your lives. I have very real problems. Thank you for the other super chat. I will get down to there in a moment. As I mentioned, I will always spend time on anyone who's super chats. Just hang around. I have problems with my relationship with my mom. She has problems with me. That's fine. We all have our financial problems. No matter who you are, even if you have $1 million a year that you make, that's a great income. And I hope some of you on the live stream have $1 million a year of income. That doesn't mean you don't have any problems in life. You do. And you can't drown them out with money. As I say, if you haven't read the book Rich Dad, Poor Dad, which I'll get that. I just want to show it so you guys can get this. This is an amazing book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, by Robert Kiyosaki. And I really recommend you guys read it. One of the things that he talks about in there, it might be that book or one of his other books. He said, look, money can't solve all your problems in life. But I have been depressed and broke and depressed and rich. My problems are a lot easier to solve when I'm depressed and rich. So definitely try to get as much money as you can accumulate, not because you're trying to accumulate money. It's a tool that you can use to solve problems. But anyway, all I'm just telling you guys is you want to focus outward whenever you're depressed. Focus outward. But not so much, just until you get back into an even keel and you're allowed to equalize your emotions. Once your emotions are back, come back inward and try to figure out, okay, how can I actually solve the core problems that are causing me emotional difficulty and strife. So anyway, CDP, the governor, thank you very much for that. Yasmin, let's see, invest in yourself and stay persistent and consistent. CDP is just sharing wisdom here with you guys. Definitely check that out. She's talking about capping prescription prices. How about capping rent? All right, so now, so you guys want to talk about Kamala and the price gouging thing right now. All right, so price controls do not work. Billy Bob was talking about economics on right in front of the jewelry store on the cruise ship the other night. I will pick up where Billy Bob left off. Let me explain to you guys. So we're going to learn something about economics. So I hope you guys stay here and don't turn off the live stream because this is important. Where else are you going to learn it? Adam Smith wrote a book called The Wealth of Nations. And he was a classical economist. I forget when he wrote the book. I think it was in 1776, actually. Same year that America had a Declaration of Independence. And Adam Smith wrote something about the invisible hand. Meaning, his recommendation is the government should not get involved with setting the prices for how products and services are sold. Because the market has an invisible hand that will determine what the best price is for the best efficiency of the market. So for example, if there are only 5 Tesla cars in the market, Elon Musk can sell them for $500,000 each because there are enough wealthy people who will buy those cars for that much money. But look today, that same car, no one's going to pay $500,000 for a Tesla because they're ubiquitous. They're everywhere. And they're even coming down, and they're coming down to like $35,000, $40,000, I think you can get. I think, I might be wrong. But I know that that's why are the prices coming down? Because the supply is going up. Why do these things, look at this thing. This thing is an amazing machine that does incredible calculations that we take it for granted. I mean, your phone does what this thing does. But this thing is worth, I think I can get this, I bought this on Amazon for $1, $2, or at Walmart or something. You know how much this cost probably, like in the 80s? This thing probably cost $4 or $5, $6 in the 80s. Why is this so inexpensive now? Because everybody has a calculator on the phone. So this you don't need this anymore. So the price has to come down. Or Casio, that's the company here, Casio, is not going to sell these calculators anymore. They have to make the production costs so low in order to make it affordable and profitable, affordable to us and profitable to them, even if they sell it for $1 or $2. So now let's talk about Kamala Harris. So, guys, she's been in office. She's been vice president 4 years. Inflation was extremely low when Donald Trump left office. So, anything you hear about Kamala Harris inheriting high inflation from Donald Trump, it's just a lie. That's not true. Inflation was low, very low. Mortgage rates were so low when Donald Trump left office, 2%. So now, Kamala Harris is still vice president, guys. This is what people, I don't know what's going on, how she's doing so well in the polls. She's still president. It's because of Biden and Harris's policies that inflation has gone up and that mortgage rates have gone up. So groceries have pretty much doubled, if not more than that, since Biden and Harris took office. Harris probably has been the president for the last 4 years because we now know that Biden was not in control of his mental faculties. God bless the man. Again, I do not wish that disease on anyone, whatever his I'm being facetious here, but I wish any other disease on anyone except that, because I think that is the most painful disease for everybody involved. Not only the person going through it because they're losing their ability to think and use their brain, but it's devastating for family members too. So I don't agree with his policies, and I think to some degrees maybe he's a little bit corrupt. I mean, look what Hunter Biden has been doing. But as a human to human being, I have empathy and sympathy for him and his family for what they're going through with that. But he has not been president. So I think Kamala Harris has been having she's had a very big role as vice president, a bigger vice presidential role than I think any vice president has had in many years. And she's saying the first thing that she's going to do when she's elected is bring the prices down. And now she's telling people, I'm going to create price controls to prevent greedy companies from artificially inflating grocery prices so that they can make big profits at the expense of the people who have to go buy. It's a bunch of baloney, my fellow Americans or my fellow citizens of the world. Let me explain why. And actually, let me plug in my phone to make sure I'm not going to lose out on you, disappear on you. We talked already about this invisible hand and competition. Let me just go back and explain that for a second. I talked about Tesla. Why are Teslas significantly less money today than they were 6, 7 years ago, because the cost of productions have gone down. They're producing them so much more, but there's another reason. Every car manufacturer now is making electric vehicles. So even though Tesla is still the Rolls-Royce of electric vehicles, even if Rolls-Royce makes an electric vehicle, Tesla is still the Rolls-Royce of electric vehicles. The prices are coming down for Teslas because Tesla has competition. It's not competition that is created by the government. It's competition that is created by other entrepreneurs who want to take some of the market share away from Tesla. And in so doing, why are some of these companies able to bring down the price of a Tesla? Because they're probably selling their electric vehicles for a lower price. I still think Teslas are more expensive than if you buy, for example, a Honda or Toyota Prius, which is a hybrid. And or even if you buy a Toyota full hybrid, if they make that. Because a Toyota is not a status symbol. It's a brand. It says a lot about who you are. If you buy a Toyota, it says that, okay, you support a foreign brand, perhaps. You support Japanese culture, fine. You support fine workmanship. We all know that the Japanese perfected the art of creating a just-in-time delivery. It's called Kaizen. And every manufacturer in the world started to lose market share to Japan because Japan started creating their vehicles with just-in-time delivery. Henry Ford created the assembly line, and the whole world had to make vehicles in any manufacturing using the assembly line until Japan made a next evolution of the assembly line with Kaizen, which was just-in-time delivery, where a part doesn't get delivered to the vehicle until it's absolutely ready, the exact moment when that part needs to be added to the car. Now there's a new evolution, AI and robots. Elon Musk said humanoid robots are going to be employed making Tesla next year. So guess what, people? That's the next evolution where now it's going to make, the truth is a robot's going to be able to work more quickly than a human. It may not be able to work as precisely in certain things, but eventually I think it will be. So again, this is all competition in the invisible hand. And now any other car manufacturers are going to have to employ similar AI and or robotics to keep up with Tesla. So let's go back to Kamala Harris and the price fixing. She is saying, she's appealing to politics, and she's appealing to, with all due respect, to people who are very uneducated on how economics works. If there are price fixes, here's the truth is, there's competition now. I'm just gonna talk about Miami Beach, where I live right now. I can go to Publix. Publix is probably the most affordable supermarket in the area. There's also a Whole Foods, which is a little bit closer. Whole Foods is the closest place to where I live, but it's certainly more expensive. And there's also a Trader Joe's down the street that's farther away from me, and that's even more expensive. But that's competition. Here's about gas. If I fill up gas on Miami Beach and South Beach, I almost never get gas here except for my motor scooter. If I get gas, I always go off Miami Beach into Miami because the price is like $1 less. You're filling up 15 gallons. I'm going to save $15. And there are some people that say, oh, why would you, that's such a waste of time, $15. Well, to me, that's $15 that I can use to buy food, or that's $15 that I can put into the S&P 500. That's $15 that I could put into Bitcoin. That's $15 that I can save to go on another trip. By the way, I'm gonna do a live stream about gambling one of these days, because the good side and the bad side. I made $50 playing craps and blackjack on the ship, and I was smart enough to get out before I lost my $50. So I'm very proud of that. I'll teach you guys a strategy on how you can actually potentially be profitable consistently with gambling, enough to the point where you can always leave with a little bit more than you're left with. You're not going to make millions of dollars, but at least you'll be able to leave with more than you got in with. So anyway, what's going to happen? She's going to put price controls, saying you cannot sell milk for more than $2 a gallon. For example, all the people on the left, that sounds great. Yeah, Kamala Harris, that's fantastic. Look, $2, yeah. Government's going to keep the prices of milk at $2 a gallon. And let's just assume it's $5 a gallon right now. Kamala Harris is trying to hoodwink the people into assuming that these companies are price gouging. They're trying to convince us that the milk company is charging $5, but their cost of production is only 50 cents, and they're charging $4.50 of pure profit. And that's not the case, guys, because they're failing to think about that there's the invisible hand at work. Publix has milk. Trader Joe's has milk. The Whole Foods has milk. The local convenience store, which is really close to me, it's a block right up the street, has milk. I could also drive all the way to, I could go to Costco. I could join a Costco membership. I could join a Sam's Club membership. I could drive 30 minutes away and guess what? Do all my shopping 30 minutes outside of the Miami metro area, the center. Everything is less expensive. So guess what? She's assuming that there's only one place that is selling milk, and it's a monopoly, and that monopoly is charging $4.50 above what the cost of production and minimal profit is. But that is not the case, guys. I have infinite choices where I can buy milk from. And there's an argument here that, all of the milk companies are all in collusion with one another. In other words, they're creating an artificial monopoly. And they all go, hey guys, let's all sell our milk for 500% above cost of production and 50% profit so that we can screw Americans. Yeah, let's take advantage of these people. Guys, I really highly doubt that's happening. Now, Google, there was a Supreme Court case that was a Supreme Court. Yeah, I think it was the Supreme Court. Basically ruled that Google is a monopoly. And so over the next 2 years, it's possible Google may get separated, their search service. And why? Because I think it was the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, and I'm not sure exactly, but the federal government has determined that Google has created a monopoly on its search business, preventing other companies from getting into this search advertising business. But has the federal government determined that all the food suppliers and the food retailers are a monopoly? They haven't. If they have not determined by court of law, that there is monopolistic practices happening right now, then guess what, guys? Kamala Harris is lying to you. This is not me projecting. It is a lie. If there is no monopoly, and it has not been proven that the milk is being artificially inflated, there is 0 point in having, in fact, there's 0 point in having price controls at all. Because let me tell you what's going to happen. What's going to happen? We're going to have prices kept at $2 artificially. And then all of these milk companies are going to go, oh my gosh. Or the retailers. Let's start with the retailer. Let me talk about business. Because we have consumers here at the bottom. They're kind of at the top. But at the bottom here are the consumers, the final end user of milk. Then we have the retailers, all of the supermarkets and convenience stores. Then we have the wholesalers who are selling all of the milk to the retailers. And then who do the wholesalers talk to? The farmers. So at the top, we have the farmers, the milk farmers. So let's just say, we're going to start at the bottom. The government has decreed, hear ye, retailers may not sell milk for any more than $2 per gallon. Okay, that law was just passed by Queen Kamala Harris. And then, why do I say Queen Kamala Harris? Because she's arguing that it's going to be a federal decree, meaning it is going to be across the board, across the United States, $2 a gallon. Now, all the retailers in Florida and in the United States are going to have to say, oh my gosh, we can only sell a gallon of milk for $2. They're going to start thinking, okay, maybe we don't sell milk anymore. But let's pass this back to our wholesalers and say, hey, we only want milk from companies who are willing to give it to us for $2 a gallon, which means the wholesaler is going to only need what, $1.70 per gallon from, okay? So now the wholesaler is going to sell milk for $1.70 a gallon to the retailer, who can now sell it for $2 a gallon and still make a 30 cents profit. Okay, sort of. All right, so now the wholesaler says, okay, we've got $1.70 to work with. We got to find farmers who will sell milk to us for $1.20 a gallon. Okay, so now the farmers are going, okay, can we sell milk for $1.20 a gallon? So now they're doing their calculations. How much does it cost for the tractor? How much does it cost for the electricity? How much does it cost for their labor costs to go out there and farm? And we all know in America, a lot of the farm labor is illegal immigrants. I don't think it should be. If we didn't have illegal immigrants here, then the farmers would be forced to hire Americans who have a legal right to work, and we could reduce the unemployment problem in America. But we don't have that because we got another problem because we got so many illegal immigrants coming over the border because Kamala, quote unquote, who was put in charge of the border, has done very little to stop the process of the border issue. But that's a whole other issue. So we're stuck with the farmers who are saying, okay, if the retailers that can only sell for $2, we're stuck at, we only got $1.20. They're going to just say, you know what? Let's get rid of our cows and let's focus on sheep instead. Because if we can only sell milk for $1.20 a gallon, it is not worth it anymore for us to do this. That's it. So the result of price fixing is it's going to cause a very limited effect. And I talk about Thomas Sowell all the time. He's one of my favorite guys. He's an economist, Thomas Sowell. Right here, applied economics. If any of you have been watching my live stream for at least 30 minutes and you don't read this guy, you haven't learned anything from me. Applied Economics by Thomas Sowell. And one of the wonderful lessons he talks in this book is this lesson about phase 1 thinking. And he's a conservative, but he talks about generally politicians in general. But I generally feel it's the left who does this more than the right. The left chooses political topics that are like kids in a candy store. That's going to appeal to kids who go to a candy store. Ooh, cotton candy. Ooh, lollipops. Ooh, yummy, yummy, yummy. But doesn't realize if that's all you eat, you're going to lose your teeth. And your teeth are going to rot and your stomach's going to hurt. You cannot live on candy alone. I love candy just like the rest of us. But the Democrats will say, come and get free candy. All you can eat candy to get votes. Even though the phase 2 and phase 3 results are negative. This idea that Kamala Harris is promoting, let's fix the prices. prevent these companies from inflating their costs. They're not inflating the costs, Kamala. It's because you guys have inflated the value of the dollar so much. And you've made the cost of production so high. And you've gone to war on, on labor costs by requiring all of these minimum wage hikes everywhere. In order for a company to stay in business, they've got to raise their prices. I understand. My mom and I are landlords. We own a couple of properties, and we have our apartments as well. It's a long story. I feel like you're probably wondering, why do you guys own condos but rent them, but you live in apartments? When I do a real estate stream, I'll explain that. But suffice it to me, I hate the fact that they raise the rent every month. But as a landlord myself, and as someone who's in this inflationary environment, I get it. It makes sense. We're all trying to survive. And if any of you run businesses and you have employees, do everything you can to give your employees a raise. And it might not be a huge raise, but show them that you care. Sometimes it's not the amount that matters, it's the thought that matters. And showing that you actually really appreciate somebody. But that's a whole other story. So the point is, what is going to happen is in the short term, people are going to vote for Kamala Harris thinking, oh my gosh, again, the Republicans want to bring down prices through sound economic policy by reducing government spending and bringing in, reducing the amount of money that's in circulation. Kamala Harris is not talking about that because for some reason, people on the left don't want to talk about esoteric economic concepts. They want the candy in the candy store. And Democrats know if we pander, this is why a lot of people in the black voting bloc in America are starting to go to Trump, because they've realized that you vote Democrat, nothing really changes in your life. And I feel bad for Democrat-run cities. If you look at America, and this, again, I'm just looking at data. Look at major Democrat-run cities. Check how their crime is. Check how their homelessness is. Check how their taxes are, quality of life. And then check Republican large cities. In general, the red cities are run a lot better than the cities on the left. Oh my gosh, all of these things are going by, these chat messages. I wish they didn't get deleted. I got to go down and read some of them because I'm losing some stuff here. God is real, God is king. Okay, Roger, we do not belong here. As a Christian, I don't fit in this world. You're right, Dennis. Maybe that's why none of us feel we understand, because we don't get it. My point is about the price fixing. It's just going to be a temporary voting surge. And I guarantee you, it's going to put companies out of business. We're going to have less options. We're going to have less supply on the market, and eventually prices are going to go up. Price fixing happens in socialist economies like Venezuela. It happened in Russia. It doesn't work, people. Do not be hoodwinked into thinking that allowing the government to fix the value of prices is going to solve economic prices. Adam Smith's invisible hand is the only way to allow an economy to flourish. Okay, sorry if I'm missing these messages here. Rab in the Bible, okay. Robert Gamer. And Robert Gamer says, I'm getting in hot water. I'm not sure what you're talking about there. The story behind the Cayman Islands hat. I was just in the Cayman Islands. I just got off a cruise. And I like my little hat. I could have here if you want. You can see my hair. Maybe that's the real reason why I'm wearing, because my hair is a little funky today. But I'm still on vacation mode, so I'm wearing my cap. Copper says, the trolls are flirting with me. Thank you for liking the shirt, Chris. Hey, Bob Cox. Dennis Sharp says £1 is $1.30 in the US. Thank you. Scottish guy says takes 50% YouTube and 40% tax. Cover your drinks. That's right. You got to cover your drinks, not only in a gay bar, in any bar. Not only this, cover your drink wherever the heck you are. Never let your drink, never drink something that you don't know where it's coming from, unless it came from the bartender. And how do I know it's a chick, though? Yeah, it's true. It's a brave new world, ladies and gentlemen. You know what's funny? Remember that game, that movie, The Crying Game, by with Boy George? I think he was in it, or that was the song. I mean, the movie. I mean, that was a shocking ending back then, and today it would be like, oh, okay. Gay bars are cool. Thoughts on Kamala's potentially becoming president? Yeah, I'm frightened because I think the economy will I think the economy will crash. I think we'll have big problems with the stock market. Prices are going to go up even higher. Inflation will not improve. We will have a bigger immigration crisis, and we will have greater problems diplomatically and militarily across the globe. And again, my perspective here, I'm an Iraq war veteran. I have a PhD in psychology. I'm a lawyer. I have an MBA in finance. So it's not me just spouting stuff I have a background that I think has helped. I've also lived all around the world. I've lived in tons of different economies, lots of different political systems, and I'm sharing that perspective with you guys. Thank you, Copper, for subscribing. Copper, I've seen you here before. Stop saying you'll subscribe. Copper says Copper's been here all the time and says that he's going to subscribe every single time. SL Fisher says, thanks for your service. My pleasure. You are worth it, ladies and gentlemen. Sir Master J, if I'm still around and living in the U.S. by 2,924, I'll vote for CDP too. Yeah, you know what? CDP should run for office. I agree. By the way, we're at 27 likes, so we hit the Palladium YouTube live streaming medal. When we get to 30 likes, it's the platinum YouTube live streaming medal. Chrysalis says bollocks. 2024. I have zero facial hair. That's a red flag. You guys are just jealous that I got such baby skin. I actually shaved this morning because I knew I was coming to work here on YouTube, so I had to come in. Hit the wrong number, CDP mod. Thank you for the super chat. I'm gonna get down there shortly. Child abuse. Okay, hi, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just talking. What's up, Liz? Very good advice, very sincere. Thank you so much. Stop and smile. You can't tell. Let's see. Someone just emailed me and says, how can you be a lawyer if... Wait, let me see what this was. Oh my gosh, somebody just wrote a message to me. Guys, very funny. Someone just found my law website, which is monroemanlaw.com, and just emailed me saying, how can you talk about politics if you're a lawyer? You're such a blah bumpity bumpity bump. You support Trump, yeah, but bumpity 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 bump. And you know what? Something I realized. Here's the thing. I used to be very cautious about who I mentioned politics about with, and I realized you kind of can't get away from it these days. And I like this person who just emailed me said, like, I would never hire you as an attorney now because now they know you're Trump's. I don't care. The truth is, are there enough Trump supporters who need legal issues in New York that I could probably find more clients? 100%. And I really care about the United States, and I'm not going to fault anybody for voting for Kamala Harris in terms of them being an American, and that's their right to vote. And if people don't want to work with me, if you don't want to support my YouTube channel because I am mentioning that I'm going to vote for Donald Trump, I understand, that's fine. And if you want to vote for Kamala Harris, go for it. I have my opinion, and it's been informed by me living in more countries than most people have. It's me having more degrees than I think anybody on this live stream, with all due respect, and I'm not insulting you, but I'm not a stupid person, and I have my opinions based on my life experiences, and I'm using that to analyze the situation in the world and in the United States, and I think Donald Trump's policies are going to make the world and the country a better place, and that's it. Let's see. Got some more comments here. CDP is going to teach someone how to shave. That's good. And Big Angry Daryl is asking, what is wrong with this dude? Nothing wrong. Just sharing my thoughts. And Let's see. How are you, friends? Thanks, Scottish guy, for sticking up for me. I appreciate that. Good morning, Trizzy. Liz, thank you for that, telling me that's good advice. You can't tell elderly people. Yeah, and that's the... I will say this. You can teach old dogs new tricks. I want you to dispel that myth that because you're an adult, you can't learn a foreign language. Yes, you can. It's called discipline, 100%. Don't tell me that because you're too old, you can't learn how to skydive, or you can't learn to ride a bike, or you can't learn to invest because you're 55 years old and it's too late to invest in a Roth IRA or in an S&P 500 because yes, you can. 100%. But I do agree with you, Stop and Smile, that there are some people who get very stubborn and it's difficult. It's not that you can't tell them anything, it's that you can tell them whatever you want. The question is, are they going to listen to you? And are they going to really think about the benefits of what you're saying? What's up, Manahari? Where are you, country, he says. I'm in the United States. I'm an American, and I live in Miami Beach, Florida. And JM is asking something in German. Wie alt warst du? Als du? I don't know what the last word is, so I can't help you. Apologize for that. Grandiose ideas, thank you, I guess. Higher, I think that's a compliment. I'm American, Trump 2024, delusions of grandeur. I think Kamala Harris has no delusions of grandeur. She's being very manipulative, I think. And she knows a lot of people are going to just jump at this opportunity to get price fixing and, wow, $25,000 to make a down payment on your home. I think she's buying votes to do this. Also, she's being very unoriginal. Donald Trump said, I am going to remove taxes on tips. Kamala Harris said, I'm going to do the same thing. And she takes it as her own idea. J.D. Vance said, I'm going to increase the child tax credit to $5,000. Kamala Harris says, oh, no. I'm going to do it to $6,000. I feel like we're at an auction. We got 5,000 over here. Yep, Kamala Harris, we got 6,000. What do we got over there? We got 7,000, 8,000. Go to. I mean, is that what this election is going to be? We're just a race to the bottom. Okay, everyone gets a Tesla. And okay, no. Okay, you get a Tesla and you get a Malibu beach house. Oh my God, Kamala's giving you a Malibu beach house. And now Trump goes, you get a Malibu beach house and a Ferrari for your Malibu beach house as well. And Scottish guy, the higher, I'm sure you switch channels, he won't harass you. Bailey Justice, as someone who likes to share ups and downs with friends, how do I ensure that I'm not accidentally bragging? So Bailey, that's a very interesting question. I hope you're still here to hear what my take on that. I did an interview once on the big idea with Donnie Deutsch. And if you watch the interview's actually on YouTube. It's on my YouTube channel. And I made it very clear what the question was and he botched it up. My whole thing was you need to learn to brag tastefully. His question was, so tell me, I know that you recommend that people brag boastfully. I went, no, that's not what I'm telling people to do. I want to teach people how to brag tastefully. I call it sharing the vibe. Meaning, and that's what I do here on my YouTube live streams. I think I shared that I have all of these degrees in a way that didn't make it seem like I'm bragging and trying to put you down and make you feel less because you don't have as many degrees as I do. No, I'm sharing with you that just, hey, I have all these degrees. That's what's giving me some interesting thoughts that I hope I can share with you. And I hope you guys are benefiting from my education. So that's a win-win. And I fully encourage you guys to do it the same thing. I fully believe if you guys want to learn a foreign language, I speak a bunch of languages. I speak Chinese, I speak French, I speak a little Italian, a little German, you can do it too. I just told you, you can teach old dogs new tricks, so go for it. So when you brag, when you brag boastfully, you're bragging, showing, look at me, I'm so awesome, and you could never be as cool as me. That's bragging boastfully. When the more you talk, the smaller the other person gets. The reason why, again, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but I've heard the reason why a lot of people like me when I talk is I've done so much with my life, quote unquote. I know many people have done far more than me, but I've done a lot and I'm proud of what I've done. But people get the vibe that they can be just as successful and they can do just what I've done. And that's what I want you to do, Bailey, is you can share your ups and downs. Just do it with the point of helping other people. Too many people complain only because they want sympathy and empathy, and it's just a constant. I complain sometimes to people, but I don't do it all the time because I'm in great moods. Sometimes I'm in sad moods. But every time I'm trying to share, it's with the idea of trying to lift up other people and helping the other people to learn as well. And that's what I'm hoping to get from you guys too. I mean, you guys share, like you shared something here, Bailey Justice, and then we go back and forth. So just share, but brag tastefully. Do it in a way that uplifts other people and helps them believe that they can be great too. What else we got here? Bustin' ya missus. I'm on the register. Bud Light turns you into a woman, says Techie, all right. And, okay, JHOR 729 is giving us some some advice on how to read the Bible. He said, he's saying don't take it, you should take it don't take it as a flawless guidebook. I can understand, maybe not, but a lot of people who are very strong Christians say, no, the whole thing is, I would say it is a flawless guidebook, but you have to realize a lot of it is written in allegory. So maybe you can't read it as a literal guidebook, perhaps. And Bailey says, is this a different chat? No, I'm just really behind. And no, a lot of people think that it's a recorded live stream, but it's not recorded. I just take a while to get down because I try to give reasonable answers to the people who ask questions. Scott Bird, how was the cruise? As with anything, it had its ups and downs. I think it was a majority of ups. And I loved Jamaica. I loved Cayman Islands. I loved Cozumel. I really want to spend more time there. We're so relaxing there. And I recommend you guys go on cruises because it's a lot of fun. And tech, yeah, guys. Again, the higher says, I suffer from delusions of grandeur. Absolutely I do. I agree. Delusions of grandeur are the reason why I've done this person keeps emailing me. I guess I'm becoming a successful live streamer when someone is going out deliberately finding my email address and starts sending me messages. If you're still watching, whatever, as long as you're polite to me on your emails, I will respond. But if you just are sending me really angry messages that are insulting me, I'm just gonna delete them. But that's a good sign. I'm getting spam messages. I'm becoming a star, baby, a star. Guys, delusions of grandeur are how Elon Musk created an electric car when everyone told him it couldn't be done. Delusions of grandeur is how Elon Musk created a spaceship company that everyone laughed at because they thought no way a private company can ever compete with NASA and the European Space Agency and the Russians. Guess what? They all hire SpaceX now to take their rockets into space. I want all of you to have delusions of grandeur, and I wear my badge of delusions of grandeur with great pride. I had delusions of grandeur for 18 years that I would become a successful YouTuber who made money. I was one of the first YouTubers, 2006. Go look at some of my first videos, 2006. And I've been struggling for 18 years I just made my first dollar on YouTube about a week ago. It was the day before I went on the cruise, I think. Or maybe it was on the cruise. I don't even remember. Why? I had delusions of grandeur for 18 years and I didn't give up. So the guy that said that I suffer from delusions of grandeur, I agree. And I ask you to suffer from a little bit more delusions of grandeur, because I think you'll find more satisfaction in your life if you actually go after some of your dreams. And let's see. Love you too. Thanks, Miss T. Great to have you there. The hire is also saying, dude, you don't know everything. At any point in this live stream did I say that I knew everything? That's another thing. People, this is another great lesson for you. When you start hitting the nerves of people and you start having some measure of success in whatever shape or form, there are gonna be people who criticize you. One of the biggest reasons why people don't do live streaming on YouTube is they can't handle the fact that people are going to be criticizing them. The more spam I get in here and the more people who criticize me, the more I know I'm doing something right. It means I'm saying something that is resonating with people. You don't have to agree with me. And I'm glad, hey, the hire, I'm glad that you're in the live stream and I'm forcing you to say something. You're interacting. I'm reading this amazing book. It's called, I think, Superfans. And it's all about how to create a super fan community, not just on YouTube, but in anything you do in life. And it's saying you need to have comments. And look at all these comments in this live stream. It's like I'm clearly hitting a positive nerve because it's engendering emotion. And so I'm glad you're letting me know that you don't think I know everything. And I'm telling you, I admit it. I don't know everything. This is why I'm not saying who's going to win the election. I don't know. I hope it's Donald Trump, but I was 100% certain Donald Trump was going to win in 2020. And then at the 11th hour, something crazy happened. CDP gave another, I'm seeing there. Super Chat has 50 characters. It's also vice. Are you serious? CDP, you are limited to 50 characters on a Super Chat? Now that's disappointing. I think, maybe if you give more money, you should be able to say a longer message, right? Well, anyway, by the way, CDP, give you another thank you, another salute. CDP is a wonderful supporter of my channel. And I'm so grateful that he's here. He comes from Wales in the UK. And his contributions are always in British pounds. So, thank you again, CDP. Fish penetrator. I don't know what that sounds awkward. And let's see. And now the hire is talking about cocaine nasal drip. I know that I'm really behind on the live stream now because that must have been when my nose was sniffling, which was about an hour ago. Oh my gosh. And rich man, poor man. And yeah, we don't, let's see, fish penetrator. Kamala, Obama's right there. Yeah, Scottish guy says cheers to CDP in a good way. Forrest wants me to say hi. Hope you're still here, Forrest, because I know I'm way behind. And Trump for the world 2024. Great. Erwin says, no politics. I'm going to drop a toaster in the bathtub. Please don't do that. Here's the thing, guys. I don't really think I'm talking politics. I really feel like I'm just talking current events and economics and something that's important for absolutely everybody to know in the world. If you're voting and you don't understand what the Laffer curve is, well, that's an educational deficiency. If you don't understand the negative aspects of price controls and historically how they've always caused economies to go into disaster, that's an educational deficiency for voters. That's why I don't like the fact that voters are allowed to vote without understanding basic economic and financial and political principles. It's like we're just unleashing people. This was my analogy. Let's just gather random people. We're going to pick them random out of a hat from all the Americans in the US, and we're just going to put them in the UFC cage and say, fight. That's what we're doing with most Americans going to vote. Because they have absolutely no idea what they're doing, and they're either going to hurt themselves or they're going to hurt somebody else, and it's just going to be a battle royal, and everybody's going to end up bloodied and bruised. Isaiah, I'm glad your mom is okay after the surgery. Someone said, yes, just another white guy says Kamala's leading from the shadows this whole time. Very well may be true. And let's see, we got someone supporting Vivek 2028. Someone Crimping says the government controls what brands get to sell here. Well, that's one of the reasons why Elon Musk is currently, and a lot of other companies are suing that GARM organization. That was basically allegedly an artificial monopolistic practice of basically price fixing by encouraging these members to take their advertising dollars away from certain platforms and direct them towards others. Let's see, China doesn't get to sell their much superior electric mini cars. I'm wondering about that, just another. Let me know why. Like I think they could be sold here. Because I think you could buy pretty much everything on Tmall right now, right? Tmall, or on what's that other one that I think it's called Tmall, or that new one, that Temu. I think you can buy pretty much anything on there. Yeah, Paulie's saying name one achievement of Kamala that's been good for America. I hope you're right, Paulie, that Harris is going to lose. We're going to have to see what happens. Let's see. Jesse Pinkman's in the house. Thank you for doing some mods. And yeah, Dems have never once talked about updating our electric grid, but they want us to all to buy EVs. Here's something very interesting, guys, and I talk about this frequently. People think that electric vehicles are the solution to everything and it's going to save the environment. Do Democrats know where electricity comes from? Because we all know Democrats do not like nuclear power. So that's out of the question, right? We all know that solar power does not create enough power to power pretty much anything. So we're left with coal, basically. So literally, if we're pushing more and more electric vehicles, we need to have more coal. Now, there is clean burning coal technology. I mean, the amount of technological advance that's happened is incredible. Where electric producing coal plants are really efficient these days. But you're right. Why aren't we updating the electric grid? California is a disaster. California wants all electric cars, and yet what happens? There are brownouts, and brownouts in California have been happening for decades. Brownouts and droughts. The two things you need most, electricity and water, and California seems to never have enough of it. And what's up, Team Awesome? Great to have you back in the live chat here. Team Awesome is a grocer. Wow, super, super cool. Well, then you know exactly. Maybe you can share in the chat from firsthand experience. By the way, I used to be a grocer. I used to work I literally worked at a Chinese supermarket here in North Miami Beach. I wanted to improve my Chinese, and I saw it, walked by, and I missed China. So I went in and just started talking Chinese, and I asked to talk to the manager. And the manager liked me, and they said, but you're a lawyer. And I said, I know, okay, well, so just tell me, whatever you want me to do. I want to work in this Chinese supermarket. And they put me I learned everything. I stocked shelves. This was just 3 years ago when I first moved to Miami Beach. I stocked shelves. I did accounting in the back. I did work on the computer. I did some HR work. I helped up bring in some stock when the fish arrived. And it was really cool because I kind of learned basically how an entire supermarket market worked. So I have great respect for you, Team Awesome. Working as a grocer is a tough job. I also worked as J. Crew as a sales associate. What other of those forward-facing frontline jobs have I done? J. Crew, worked as a lifeguard on a beach in New York, and I did working as a grocery store here. Let's see, I know the price of everything in my town. We don't have a Whole Foods I'm grateful for, says just another. Yeah. Why would you say that, Justin? Do you feel that prices go up when Whole Foods arrives? Or what? I guess they can. If Whole Foods comes, maybe all the prices go up so the other supermarkets feel that they can maybe raise their prices a little bit to compete. I don't know. And let's see, I'm telling you, I went on a holiday, but I was really happy to able to do live streams with you guys because it's fun. It was a vacation. Your lineman, it's not like he fixes any of the problems. I'm just reading some more of these comments here, trying to check up here. The Donald, don't get it twisted. Yeah, my milk wasn't $6 a gallon when Trump was in. He wasn't even either. And I tell you this, Trump, mark my words, Trump gets into office, inflation will come down, grocery prices will come down. Wars will stop in the world, the economy will flow, things will be much better. And illegal immigrants will stop coming over the border at such a large scale. If Harris wins, 100% the exact opposite. 100%. And check the semantics. She did not say what you heard. Team Awesome, tell me what you're talking about. I'm not sure if you're talking to me or someone else. Someone here is lactose intolerant. Get gas prices down through good old-fashioned competition and less government interference. Absolutely. And gas prices come down when we are energy independent. We used to be energy independent under Donald Trump. Under Biden and Harris, gas prices started going up. We started depleting all of the what's it called? The National Security Oil Reserve or whatever, I forget the name of it. And gas prices going up. And now we're going back to buying from Venezuela, getting oil from Russia. We have enough oil in the United States if we would just drill. And drilling is very safe. Again, coal, getting electricity from coal doesn't cause major damage to the environment anymore like it used to. And drilling for oil doesn't cause major environmental damage anymore either. So not only are we wasting our own resources here, but we're now supporting these regimes that we shouldn't be really helping them economically. Why are we helping Russia? Why are we helping Venezuela? No, under Trump, we were exporting oil. Now we're importing it. And we don't, this is the strategic oil reserve is what it is, just reminded me. Crimpin saying, you're weird if you're against price gouging. Okay, Crimping, at least you put some happy face at the end of that. Well, actually, it's the difference. Price gouging there's a difference. Price gouging is what a company will do in a monopolistic environment. Price fixing is what you can price gouge without price fixing, as far as I understand. Price gouging could just be you doing it individually. Price fixing is when a bunch of companies get together and decide this is what we're going to set the price. Or when the government decides arbitrarily that this is what. I love it, right? If Trader Joe's, Whole Foods, and Publix all get together and decide we're not selling milk for any less than $10, that's considered price fixing. But if the government says you can't sell milk for any more than $2, that's allowed, and it's called price fixing. It's weird. It's illegal if companies do it. It's legal if the government does it. Kind of backwards. Scottish Kai, you're very funny. And let's see, Pebbles doesn't understand what price fixing does to the supply chain. You're right, Paulie Walnuts. That's right. 100%. There'll be a shortage when the companies stop producing. And I'm so scared because if Kamala wins, we're going to find out what it's like to live in Venezuela. You know, I live in Miami Beach. Where do we have a lot of here? A lot of Cubans, a lot of people from Venezuela. Tell you this, they're voting for Donald Trump. And or they support Donald Trump because they know what it's like. I wish Democrats could go live in Venezuela. I wish Democrats could go live in Cuba for a year and then come back and say, you know what? I've changed my mind. I don't want to do things in this way. And CDP is saying, what's sad is politics are causing divisions. We all want the same things, basically, but the two sides of the same coin, dividing and conquering. In general, I think you're right. But I would see CDP, I think 40 years ago, we all wanted the same things. We don't want the same things anymore. I kind of disagree. The left has gone way, way, way left. The right is basically the exact same place that it's been for the last 40 years. Literally, 10 years ago, 15 years ago, Joe Biden was decrying illegal immigration. There was no you could not get elected in America if you supported illegal immigration as a Republican or a Democrat 15 years ago. Even more so 30 years ago. Today, you're getting elected because you're supporting illegal immigration. The left, I do not think, supports America. They are angry at people. They're calling people racist because they say America first. How is it racist to say I want a president who supports my country? I would hope, as I mention this all the time, I hope the Chancellor of Germany is focusing on Germany, number one. I hope the President of South Africa focuses on South Africa, number one. Should be the citizens first. But that's somehow a bad word now? I don't think so. Let's see. Owned by BlackRock. Let's see. Price gouging should be a crime. And you are here defending it. But I don't think there's price gouging criminals. There's no evidence of that. I can understand if it were price gouging if the only prices that were going up were grocery prices. Everything has gone up. My rent's gone up tremendously. Price of skydiving has gone up. Price of gas has gone up. Price of groceries has gone up. I just saw on X the other day, somebody, you know what, I just realized why maybe it's a good idea that I keep my X account and keep going on there. It's keeping me up to date on what people are saying in politics and this and that, and it gives me more to talk about on these live streams, so that's good. Somebody said, is a $30 lunch the norm now? And it is messed up. It is true. I can't go anywhere. I mean, you go to Subway. Cost about $18, $19. It's bonkers. I used to remember when there was a $5 footlong and you got a $5 footlong meal deal. You get a footlong, a drink, and chips. You don't get any of that now. Now that's like, if you wanted that, it's about $20. It's absolutely crazy. And let's see. What's up, Jesse Pinkman? Yo, yo, yo. What's up, my man? Good to see you. Yeah, CDP, you're right. We're all arguing over puppets while they all sit pretty. I'm telling you guys, as you guys want to become cushy, you want a cushy job where you don't have to do anything, where you can lie all the time and do nothing, become a politician. All right, let me see if I can write down here. Jesse Andrew Campbell here. And what else? It's weird to defend price gouging. Oh, gosh. Let's see. Crimping Pebbles keeps repeating the exact same thing over and over again, saying gouging means increasing the prices unreasonably during certain times when corps can take advantage of shortages. First of all, I'm going to delete anybody who uses foul language. I'll give you one chance. If you guys don't use any foul language, especially the bad ones. I don't like foul language. And I always think when you use foul language, it shows lack of control of emotion or lack of good vocabulary. And I'm not perfect at that, but I certainly do my best. And I'd like you guys to do the same. And it keeps emotions lower. When you start using language and calling people bad names and slurs, it reduces the intellectual level of what we're talking about. Mass amnesty, mass deportation, we're talking about that. And close the border, says Alki Cheeks. Yeah, number one, we've got to close the borders. This is interesting. I found out the last time there was an executive order to fully close the border, I don't know if it was the southern border, it was all borders, was literally 100 years ago in 1924. I forget which president it was, but I want to read more about it. But it has happened before where there was such a huge immigration problem in the United States that the president said, that's it, we're closing it all. And my hope is, honestly, I think we need to do the exact same thing until we fix our immigration system. And if we have to close the border for 3 months and just fix it, I would support that. I would even support it where I couldn't even leave. I'm fine. I mean, there's a major problem here. And if we don't do it, the country's going to collapse. And if the United States collapses, I'm sorry for the rest of you guys and the rest of the world, their country's going down too. So pray that whoever wins, Trump or Harris or somebody else, let's see what happens at the Democrat National Convention later this month. And here's the thing. There's also a difference between gouging and just pricing what the market will bear. A company's not going to charge what it can't make money off of. The truth is, there are not, if you think about it, there are not a lot of people in the United States who make more than $300,000 or more than $200,000 a year. It may seem that way, like for me in Miami Beach, where everybody seems like they're making 200 grand a year. Or if you're living in one of the big cities. But most people are not making that much money, which means most people cannot afford to pay really high prices for groceries. Which means it makes 0 sense for a company to artificially inflate the cost of milk and of eggs just to do so. Because literally people are spending less at the grocery stores now. I buy less groceries now than I used to do. And I don't think anyone on this live stream, wherever you are in the world, disagrees with me. Is there anyone here who's buying double the amount of food that you used to? No. Or is there anybody who's going on a new vacation or twice as many vacations because of all the money you're saving from the savings at the grocery store? You're not. If these companies could reduce the price, Tesla, Elon Musk, is he keeping the price? He could artificially keep the price of a Tesla high, but there's no point of him doing that because there's so much competition, Max. There is huge competition from where to buy eggs, milk, orange juice, and cereal in this country, just in my town. So there is no price gouging happening. It's inflation. And it's been caused by, in my opinion, the policies of the Biden-Harris administration. And so the Biden-Harris creates the problem, inflation, and now they're saying, oh, we're going to solve the problem by doing price controls. Oh my gosh, get ready, guys. Get ready to see what socialism is like. If you guys were wondering and you're in the United States, could be coming to a grocery store and to a life near you. And Max, you are right about that. You can name any price for your product or service unless government interferes. That's what capitalism is. You can name any price, but it doesn't mean you're going to sell anything. That's where capitalism comes in. If Tesla, just bit myself. If Tesla raises the price of all of their vehicles now to $150,000 each, Tesla's going to drop, their income is going to drop dramatically. As a result, capital comes in and Tesla is setting the price to compete. Yes, steak and cheese. Funny, steak and cheese, very funny. Yeah, Thomas Sowell is truly one of the smartest people of our generation. I really hope I can meet that guy one day. Absolutely brilliant. And CDP says, divide and conquer in chat when it comes to finance, economics, and politics. Yeah, we're doing here, but it's always been there. Again, CDP was just less in the open. Social media, live streams, we didn't have that 30 years ago. So you really didn't talk about it with anybody. And you hung out with your friends. Today, no one hangs out with their friends anymore. Nobody, I don't know. Social media is great. It's also, it's the bane of our existence, and it's a blessing. I'm blessed because I get to meet all of you guys, but it's a curse because all of us here are meeting on the internet rather than meeting in real life somewhere. And Hard Rock Party says, great analogy or parlay. And let's see. Jesse says, I switched schools. It's fine. I'm grateful I didn't have to stay in my old school. Jesse, I'm happy that your new school is great. That's wonderful. What's up, Francisco Rosales? Williams here, King and Surfs. Organic milk will have to go on the black market. Well, I don't know if organic milk will, but like I say, that raw milk stuff is no good, guys. So many people are telling you to drink raw milk, but I recommend don't drink milk that's not pasteurized, in my opinion, because I know you can get very sick if you don't have that. And oh my gosh, we got a lot. Jesse's talking about summer vacation. See, that's a better topic. That's a little bit more uplifting. That's right, guys. It's still summer vacation. Not really. But I kind of feel I went on summer vacation, and I'm still on summer vacation. And I'm with summer vacation with you awesome guys. And we got Crimping here, Team Awesome, Willie Fister, Willie, I'm trying to think if that was a bad word that he was trying to get me saying. That is true, though, Fister. Without regulations, any government fails. Total anarchy is a mess. Total tyrannical rule is a mess. We need this happy medium, and that's what we're discussing about right here. Is what is that happy medium? And it's the same thing. We all need a source of income, and we all need free time. But 100% free time is a disaster, and 100% workload is a disaster. We have to find this perfect happy medium between these things in our lives with everything that we do. Steak and Cheese says, people on the left have talking points and that's it. I tend to agree. I don't think anything the left proposes ever works. I don't think anything they propose is ever proven to have worked in history. It drives me batty when I talk to people who have this socialist Democrat view and they say, and I tell them socialism has never worked. They go, that's because it's just never worked. It's never been implemented properly. Capitalism isn't perfect, but it's worked pretty much really well anywhere it is implemented. Where socialism is implemented, it really fails almost everywhere it's implemented. People may argue that China is a socialist nation, but it's not. It's capitalism that has these socialistic controls. But it's not a true socialist thing. If you apply what Karl Marx wants his readers to do, not going to work, guys. Not going to work. But I do agree, Steak and Cheese, regulations don't make us great, but we don't want total anarchy either. And that's where we find that happy medium. Hey, CDP, you're the one who keeps doing these super chats. I got to give this guy another like, and a heart. Oh my gosh. CDP says, I love Jesse Pinkman. Let's be chill, bro, skis. No, that is right. CDP is one good man. Thank you for the super chat, CDP. I really sincerely thank you for the support. And I will say this. I keep doing these polls, trying to find out how do you work. And I hope what I'm going to share is going to help you with any businesses you have as well. My sniffling's coming back. You have to find the happy medium between providing value to your customers and also advertising services. And because obviously a business does not make money if they don't support it. But if all you're doing is asking for ads, if you're constantly advertising, how many of you get emails and they're just spam emails like, buy this, buy this, buy this, sign up now. Somebody's like, oh my gosh, I don't want to get any more of these messages. And so I certainly don't want to, I'm applying that here. I'm super psyched that the channel got monetized, but I have to be careful because a lot of people have said, make sure that you don't constantly mention it. It being, you know what I'm talking about, because you don't want to alienate your audience. I've engendered a lot of goodwill by doing live streams for absolutely no money for 3.5 months until I got monetized. So I'm being very careful about pushing, because someone's in this book, it's, what's the name of the book? I'm not sure if it's the Superfans book or $100 million Leads, but it talks about saying, if you can be patient, you will serve yourself so much better if you just keep giving value, and building up the subscriber base as big as you can, and then doing little asks here and there, sprinkling them in. Then if you just spend all your time asking, it's gonna push everybody away. So if you notice, I'm not even talking about it, and I kind of like that way. I didn't even talk about it, and some of the supporters, such as CDP and that other one, Unflourish, are supporting. So apply that to your business too. I really, if you're doing something fun, it'll show. And eventually, it's interesting, it said, and this I read this in another psychology book too. Keep doing favors for people for free. If you keep doing favors for people for free, eventually they're going to start to feel uneasy that they're getting all this value for nothing. And like it or not, they're going to start to think, and they're going to find a way to remove the feeling of uneasiness. So it's an interesting theory that just giving constant value, it's going to work out. And someone said, he said, look, if you can just give value for an entire year, he goes, you will be blown away with the amount of devoted fans and followers and customers and supporters, whatever you have at the end of that year, rather than if you only use your current base as just a means to take. So anyway, I want to share that with you. I hope if you have a business, consider what can you do to give. I've been giving for 3 months, and I'm fine with it because I'm having fun. So anyway, thank you, CDP. And yeah, I do love Jesse Pinkman too. Jesse Pinkman is good stuff. You're a real one, Mr. White. Paulie says, I've given you a ton of arguments, but you don't understand basic supply and demand. Paulie's telling me that I don't understand basic supply and demand, or are you talking to somebody else? You're hooked on the words gouging, but you have no clue what you're talking about. Oh, you're talking about pebbles. Okay. By the way, this is just a lesson for all of you to become a better YouTube live stream commenter. Make sure you're very clear. Are you talking to somebody specifically in the live chat? Are you talking to the host who's talking? Or are you talking just in general, referring to someone who's not even a part of this live stream? Because if it's someone like me who takes a little time to get down to the bottom, it may take some time to get there. And then when I get there, I have no idea who you're referring to. And Can't Top, Team Awesome says we're divided. Oh, we are 100% divided. You speak the truth. We have never been more divided as a country, except maybe during the Civil War. But from what I understood, I have to look into this. You know what? I'm not even going to say it because I don't like to talk about things I'm not 100 or 99% certain about. So let me just stick to the things that I know. And hello, Emily and Jeff Woodward. Good to have you, Jeff, back in the house. Always a good supporter. And Crimpling Pebble says black people are not voting for Trump. Yes, they are. And in greater numbers than for any. Donald Trump has switched the scales and has brought so many black Americans to switch sides. That is an indisputable fact. And we'll see. We'll see what happens on November 4th, ladies and gentlemen. Max says a big crash is coming in housing. I think you may be right. And Crimping Pebbles is just sharing false information there. Let's see. I got fire hair. Thank you so much. Max says, dude, you were an epic New Yorker in Mexico. Mac, I remember you. Rocco told me all about you. You told him that you wanted to adopt Rocco as your new uncle and all that. So thank you for coming back to the live streams. I hope you like the guy behind Rocco. He's a good friend of mine, but sometimes it's me on the live stream as well. You have yet to meet Billy Bob. You have yet to meet Keno Surf, Timothy Hilford. Got a lot more stuff to show you, Max, so I'm glad you're back again. Thank you. And I wonder I have no idea. Do I drive a boat? I do. I know how to drive a motorboat. I'm also a certified American Sailing Association cruiser sailor. So I'm certified as a basic keel boat and then coastal cruising. And I think another one, maybe celestial navigation, I forgot. And so I like sailing and I like motorboating, but I haven't done any real motorboating here in Miami Beach. Way too expensive. I don't have a boat, and to rent one, a little bit expensive. I'd like to eventually have enough income that I can join a boat club. So they have these boat clubs here in the area, and some of them are all around the world. So you join in one city, and it costs maybe like $1,000 a month. And then you can go around the world wherever you are and rent the boats. And so it's cool. I could go up to Fort Lauderdale and I could rent a boat there. I could go to Greece, and when I'm in Greece, rent a boat from a yacht club there. So if you're interested, you can look at these cool boat clubs. Very fascinating. Babyface cool too. Carlton says it reminded me of a thin version of Woody Harrelson. Thank you. I think he's a good looking guy. I appreciate that. He's also funny. Jesse pledges allegiance to CDP. Jesse. I thought you pledged allegiance to USA. I thought your pronouns were USA. That's right, CDP. You are the governor. CDP is the governor. And moving down here. Don't want to work for them. Paulie. Let's see. Okay, only Dan. Only interested in economics. Everything else is fluff. A lot of stuff seems affordable compared to 5 years ago. The truth is, here is the truth. This is just a theory in general. If everything we just focused on was economics, in some ways I feel all of the other problems would get solved as a result. Feel free to agree or disagree. But I think everything stems from economic policy, how well people are. Do they feel like they're making enough money? Do they feel they can afford things? You think about it. Why are all these people coming over the border? Because they want to make more money. Why are people getting second jobs? Because they're not making enough money. Why do people resort to crime in many situations? Because they want to make a quick dime. And so it's just an argument. Maybe, maybe not. Team Awesome says it's Monroe who's voting for Trump. Team Awesome, what do you mean by that? Clarify. Economy, immigration, First, Second Amendment, most important issues, says just another white guy. Good. See you later, Jesse. Yeah, the fluff is, again, sometimes people will bring up something that seems obvious to everybody else, but it's a good teaching point to say, hey, and that's why I said I appreciate, you should embrace your critics and you should embrace criticism, because it means you're doing something that people want to comment on. There's a word called, I read a book by Seth Godin called Purple Cow. Actually, in the book Purple Cow, he says, if you go around going down a bunch of farms and you see all these black and white cows, there's nothing there. But then you see a purple one. Well, that's something that's very different. It's remarkable. And he talks about what the word remarkable means. It's something that's worthy of remark. Aha. A cow that's purple is something worthy of remarking to your friends. You know what I saw the other day? I saw a purple cow. No way, you did? Where'd you see that? Blah, blah, blah. All of a sudden, everyone's talking about this purple cow. Well, that's basically what marketing is just saying something that's going to get people remarking. So I'm glad for the spam, because it sometimes gives me fodder. I think it's remarkable that I think someone thinks that way. And so it gives me an opportunity to share my perspective on that. And Team Awesome, I don't know what you mean by that. If everyone's learning everyone's language, why are there so many boroughs? What do you mean by a borough? B-U-R-R-O-W-S? Are you talking about boroughs in Staten Island is a borough, in Manhattan? It's B-O-R-O-U-G-H. Manhattan is a borough. Bronx is a borough. So I'm not sure what you mean by that. We got some Trump supporters. Humanity 2024. Oh yeah, we hit platinum. Now we're at 38 likes. We get 2 more likes, and we will be at the Rhodium level, live stream, YouTube live stream Olympics. Rhodium medal. We got to platinum, we're getting to Rhodium. Sam Gray just graduated from UCF with a Bachelor's of Health and Service Administration as magna cum laude, and I did it with a massive traumatic brain injury that nearly killed me. Well, I give you a one-handed round of applause. Congratulations to you, Sam. That is wonderful. Not only did you graduate, but you graduated UCF, which is a great school, with a bachelor's, awesome, in health service administration, magna cum laude, and you did it despite a TBI. So congratulations, Sam. I'm very proud of you. And says anyone can be successful. Kudos to that. 100%. I am Green Giant is back in the house. Good to have you here. Show up and apply yourself and never give up. That is very, very good advice. Team Awesome says brag and they'll bust your kneecaps. Unless you brag tastefully. If you brag tastefully, people flock to you. If you brag boastfully, you repel people. Because the truth is, you have to figure out how to tell people how awesome you are. You can't wait for other people just to figure it out. You got to figure out a clever way. How can I let everyone know how awesome I am without rubbing them the wrong way? 99% of people on social media rub people the wrong way. And I know I rub people the wrong way. Even here on my YouTube live streams, I know I upset some people. Abraham Lincoln said you can please some of the people all the time, all the people some of the time, but you can never please all the people all of the time. And that's something you need to follow. That's worth a like. I think we should get 2 likes just for that bit of wisdom from Lincoln. What's up, Carlos? Good morning from Salt Lake City, Utah. That is right, Trump all the way. We got from Carlos. And another feather, Utah. That's great. And Elon kicked all their butts. Wayne Hawkins in the house. Elon Musk's help with the climate crisis but supports Trump. He went to space to find a new planet. Elon's done a good thing, but I don't think we have a climate crisis, guys. I think that's a lot of fear-mongering to get votes. We do not have an existential climate crisis. The world is not going to blow up in the next 20 years. The sun is not going to burn us to a crisp in the next 40 years. And I don't even think it's a big issue over the next 100 years. And I love any policies that reduce air pollution and reduce water pollution and make the air clean and increase the beauty of green spaces around cities and around the world. But I don't think it's something that we need to be alarmist about and ruin everyone's economic livelihood over by forcing them to drive an electric car. I think we should have choices. And I think that's what Donald Trump and Elon Musk talked about. Donald Trump said, I think Elon Musk is amazing, and what you've done is amazing, and electric cars are amazing, but we shouldn't be forcing people to be riding in electric cars. 100%. And yeah, Scott, this guy, I didn't notice it either. And yeah, then Elon and Trump arguing about climate change was fun. Yes, God does know everything, but I tell you this, God is not me and God is not you. And I mean you, any of you guys on the live stream. Let me see, I'm trying to catch up here with the, they really should mix swagger, they really do. I don't know what people learn in school these days. I learned more on my own than I learned in high school, college, PhD, law school. We really need to modify all of our curriculum, or curriculi, or curricula, whatever that plural is. And we got someone here. Brooklyn's in the house. Brooklyn Page is back. How are you? Block them. I'm trying to catch up. So my gosh, so many. Whole Foods will force Publix to lower their prices in Brevard, says Sam Gray. Interesting. Inflation is already down. Am I catching up? That's good. I have to use the toilet in a moment, guys. So you guys are going in the freezer very soon. For any of you guys don't know, when I'm going live stream for like more than 2 hours, I've got to get into, I got to use the toilet. I'm only human. I'm not God. We established this before. So I will put you in for a 30-second chill out break in the freezer. The strategic oil reserve. Thank you, Kane, for telling me that you love my live streams. I appreciate that. Devin Ash in the house. So these are, Kane, what the heck was your name as a mod before? I don't even recognize you because that was not your name before. That freaks me out when mods change their YouTube names because I don't know who you are. So I'm going to remove you as a moderator for now because I don't know who you are. Let's see. And I'm not even a part of the conversation, says Jesse. Capitalism needs to be regulated. Everything needs to be regulated, but the question is, you're just going to make sure it's not too terribly long, Drew. I gotta catch up at the bottom here. There's way too many comments here. And oh my gosh. Guys, there are so many comments here. Christian Fernandez says, hey, cool hat, bro. Thank you very much. Super Soldier middle class is getting attacked by high prices. That is true. Joshua says the happy medium is Denmark. Denmark's got its problems too, though. Denmark is in person. I talked to a lot of Danes on the cruise ship. They're not sitting pretty. I mean, it's not like they're living perfectly. Just another white guy says FDR was not as good as everyone thinks. 100% true. I personally think that FDR prolonged the Great Depression through all of the Great Deal policies. By interfering with the markets, it made it a heck of a lot harder for us to get out of the Great Depression. And what's up, Anjali? Good to have you here. Jonathan's here. Am I anywhere close? Oh my gosh, there are so many comments. I'm just scrolling by now. Hi, Jimmy. Hi, Mario. Scottish guy. Trader 6X says, how can I steal your views? Asking for a friend. I don't know if you're talking about YouTube in terms of getting live stream people here. I will tell you, you just gotta keep doing live streaming every day. Suffer through having no viewers, and try and eventually and just keep fighting to get new subscribers constantly. And eventually YouTube, I'm just speculating here. I don't know how the YouTube algorithm really works, but I'm hoping that I'm thinking that they saw that this guy, hey, he's doing a YouTube live stream consistently, at least once every day or two. There are a lot of people chatting in the chat. People watch his live streams after they're recorded. And people seem to be liking his live streams. So I think we just got another super chat. If so, thank you very much. I will review that in a moment. Appreciate that. Big guy needs a lot of money for all that ice cream. Robert Rutan, what's up, Julesy? Not only my brother, the Commodore of the Yacht Club, also had a little boat when he was younger and traveled the world before he settled down. Very, very cool. So you guys know about yachts and yacht clubs. That's right. Purple Cow is a great book. I agree. I actually once communicated with Seth Godin because I used to be, I've written a bunch of books. And when my book, Guerrilla Networking, became successful, that was the book that I was interviewed on CNBC's The Big Idea about. I got in touch with Seth Godin and we were talking and I was trying to pitch with him, hey, let's do a book together. And he said, love what you're doing, Monroe, but I work solo. Sorry, buddy. Something like that. And that was it. And Super Soldier remembers the first recession, 1980. Established a long time ago. What time is it? By the way, if you guys can let me know what time it is in the live, I don't even know if I'm getting close to the bottom. The reason why someone said God is a fantasy, T-gay, and then just another white guy says God is real. One, I have no idea. But number two, my rational belief for why God is real is we all have an innate sense of right and wrong. And people say, oh, no, we just created that through society. Well, how did society know what's right and what's wrong? How could society just create a sense of this is right and this is wrong? Unless there was some universal sense of the universal system of right and wrong that we're basing our societal laws on. Why is killing somebody bad? Says who? My whole thing is if there's no God, then our life is meaningless. We are just as valuable as this calculator. You can't argue with that. If just because this has a brain, it's just a very primitive brain, we have a bigger brain. Why just because we have a bigger brain are we more valuable than this calculator? I have yet to find someone who explains to me why, if you're an atheist and there is no God, why you have any more value than a calculator. But if there's a God, we all have value because we were created in the image of God, whereas we, as images of God, created these calculators. Everybody knows right from wrong. It did not come from society. This is the major argument that C.S. Lewis makes in his book, Mere Christianity, which is really great. Whether you're an atheist, an agnostic, or a Christian, or whatever religion, you should read Mere Christianity because it's very enlightening. And why are there so many spammers? Jesse? Because we're becoming a successful YouTube channel. Yeah! We're going back into the freezer. Oh, that means I'm almost caught up. We're getting there. Lily Vikray. Lily's here. Dobro Pojolovitz. I think, Lily, are you the Lily from Russia? From Moscow, or is there another Lily from Russia? I forget. Are you the one? Tell me which Lily you are. And, oh yeah, I thought they shut down Russia. So Lily Vikray must be the Lily from Russia. Great to see you. Just another white guy says, lots of comments is good. That's right. Also, lots of subscribers is good. So thank you for subscribing, and please turn on the bell. Oh, and another thing, I was reading something. YouTube, part of what determines whether a channel's videos gets recommended is how many comments it has after people are watching it a little bit. So when you're done with this live stream, if you do want to help the channel grow, go find some of my old live streams or any of my videos, but particularly the live streams because that's what's driving all of this, and leave a comment on something that I shared about. Make it a real comment that links to something that I mentioned in the live stream. I believe the way that AI works is it looks to see, okay, did this person actually watch part of this video? And then did that person leave a comment? And did the person leave a comment about the part of the video that was watched. So if you just click like and don't watch the video, that's not going to get as much benefit. But if you watch the video for 10, 15 minutes, and then you leave a comment that's related to something that's said, and then you click like after you watched it, the algorithm is going to go, that was a real person. That was a real person who watched it for 30 seconds. And I'm able to check, AI is talking, wow, the comment is related to what those 15 minutes of video were that this person watched, and then the person clicked like, so that's like is probably actually genuine. So anyway, if you want to help support the channel, would love you to do that. If when I'm not live, go watch something, 10, 15 minutes, leave a good comment that relates to what you watched, and then give a like. And the other thing is, leave comments that also ask questions. This is something you can use for your own YouTube channel or your own X or ask a question that will perhaps engender other people to share their opinion. So for example, I'm a financial advisor, and I help people put together their investment plans. I have a website called Monroe Mann financialplan.com. You can check it out. You can learn a lot about finance just by going there. And I was reading this book. It said you should ask a question that you already know the answer to. So what I could maybe do on X or even here on YouTube is just ask a question such as, let's say you have $1 million. I know what I would do with that $1 million. What would you do to best invest that $1 million? Because it's getting people to engage with all of these communities. The algorithm looks at how much your post or your live stream or your videos or whatever, how much are you engaging the community? Because they want people who are going to stay on the platform longer. So if you can come up with a way to that basically would show my expertise as a financial advisor, but without pushing it in people's faces, and it gets them engaged because now they want to talk about it. So if you follow me on X, it's Monroe Mann, or you follow me here, when you see that question, you'll know it's me trying to get the algorithm engaged by engaging the audience. People say, oh, I love you, you're such a great live streamer, and we love that you read all the comments. I'm doing that on purpose because I want to engage you guys. And you guys have to figure out a way, if you are trying to do that with your customers or whatever, try to figure out how to engage them in whatever way, shape, or form. All right. CDP. All right, CDP just gave two pounds and said, put us in the freezer and go to the bathroom, mate. So, hey, you got it, my friend. I'm not even going to explain myself. You guys are going in, and I'm doing something else. All right. By the way, I spent 1 week away. This freezer stinks. I'm sorry that you're in this very smelly freezer right now. It's not a comfortable place to be, I know, but it would be better than you being in the bathroom with me when I use the facilities. I will be back in less than 1 minute. Don't leave, guys. And if anyone comes in and asks what's going on, please let them know in the chat that I am in the bathroom. Is there anyone still here? Wow, 23 of you are still here. Oh gosh, this freezer stinks. We're gonna be cleaning this freezer after I get off this live stream. So hey, thank you CDP for encouraging me to go to the bathroom. I don't like leaving, so I appreciate you reminding me. And let's see. It's still available. So guys, you guys heard it here. YouTube is still available in Russia. That's good. Justin of the White Guy says, this is a good stream. I randomly found you this morning. Swiping and the conversation has been great. Thank you so much. And I'm glad that you guys find this educating. I don't want this just to be a stupid, like all of my streams. I don't want them to be streams where you're just wasting your time and you feel stupid spending your time with me and with the other people in the chat. I want to attract a really great bunch of people who care about the world, who care about their life, who want to laugh, who want to be inspired, who want to feel better about their lives, and leave feeling like you learned something. And I'm really excited about that. So thank you for that wonderful compliment. Thank you for subscribing. Lily says that YouTube's been almost entirely shut down, so it might be the last live I join. Lily, you will find a way. You will find a way. You told me before that you were going to be here, and here you are. So don't lose faith. Keep the faith. Look into getting a VPN too, Lily. I don't know if that's even possible, but maybe that's VPN is a virtual proxy network. By the way, we got to 40 likes, which means we got the Rhodium YouTube live streaming medal. Amazing. If we do get to 45 likes, I don't know if we'll get there because I'm getting hungry and I got to clean out that smelly freezer. But if we get to 45 likes, I need to come up with another type of medal. What could be? It could be. I can't think of another metal. We did palladium, we did platinum, we did rhodium, we did gold, silver, and bronze. Maybe you guys can help me come up with another metal below. CDP is 1850. So is that in my time? No. 18. So 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 250 or 150. So I'm thinking I'm only 10 minutes behind, which is great. Mike. Everyone likes to make the stupid joke calling this the Cayman Islands, but they're not. Cayman Islands, very wealthy, a lot of bankers there. Natural law, common sense, no law is natural. Currently eating cereal without milk, Jesse. Well, you know what? The prices of milk today, everyone's having cereal without milk. Lily just got back from knee surgery. I'm glad the surgery went well, Lily. Awesome. And Super Soldier says, I have a level head. I'll sub to you. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you're here, Super Soldier. And I've never read John Locke, says Mike. I know enough about John Locke to know about Leviathan and all those things. So, but you're right. I have not read John Locke's Leviathan, and I certainly look forward to reading that. And thank you for giving me a wonderful additional book that I should read. So hats off to you, my friend. Wayne Hawkins is here. You go to prison for killing humans. Humans hold people accountable because we have common sense. But Wayne, where's the common sense coming from? That leaves off the argument that where is it common sense that killing somebody is bad? Where does that come from anywhere that human life is valuable? If not from God. Where do atheists find value in human life? I don't understand where that comes from. No atheist has ever explained to me why they believe they are valuable. If you can explain that to me, I would love to know, and I mean that sincerely. Why? Where do atheists find value? I find value, as hard as it is, guys, because I'm not some blind Christian I've got my doubts about Christianity. I've studied Islam, I've studied Hinduism, Buddhism, everything. I still come back to Christianity, but I have my doubts about that. But whenever I get really confused, I realize without God, nothing makes sense to me. Things make even less sense to me if there's no God. And Lily's okay. All right. Team Awesome. Team Awesome likes to retract messages all the time. And Julie says in sunny Redlands, California, it's 10:51 a.m. So that was like 10, 11, 12, 1:51. Yeah, I'm only 10 minutes behind, guys. So I'm probably going to catch up on the chat, and I'm going to go clean out that smelly freezer. Yeah, Jesse says, let's go. It's a successful YouTube channel. We got it, guys. We're making it happen. Just another white guy. Most philosophers don't know what they're talking about. That is actually widely said. Look, I'm reading this right now. Let me find it. Where's the book? Here. Okay. I'm reading this book here, Meditations, by Marcus Aurelius, who was a Roman emperor. And it's very wise stuff in here. And this book makes it seem like he's got it all figured out, because it's basically a thought of philosophy and how to live your life well. But if you look at his life, and it was not perfect in any way, shape, or form. And the truth is, Marcus Aurelius even had his great doubts. I mean, why did these philosophers, where did Socrates, why did Aristotle, who else? Galileo, Copernicus, Monroe Mann, if I can be so bold as to put myself in the same category as them. But even we're all amateur philosophers right here. I guess I'm a professional philosopher because I got $13.31 for philosophizing. You're a philosopher too. If you're thinking about life in any way, shape, or form, you're a philosopher. So the truth is, as just another white says, most philosophers don't know what they're talking about. I would agree. Because none of us is God. None of us knows what the heck we are doing here on this planet. And it's very, very strange. I have this gut feeling that I've put on this planet to inspire people. And maybe finally through this YouTube live stream, it has a chance of happening. But who knows? I don't know. I just know life is very tough and everyone's depressed. Everyone has doubts. And if I can do something to put a smile on people's faces and help them feel better, then hey, I've done my job. Wayne says people were held responsible for crimes before Christianity. I never said that God is inextricably linked to Christianity. I'm saying that God is why we have a sense of morality. Because God was here long before quote unquote Christianity came around. Morality was always there. Why were we holding people responsible for crimes way before Christianity waned? Where did that come from? I know this infuriates atheists so much because it's such a punch. I'm not trying to punch. I'm just trying to ask you to logically support your beliefs. Where does an atheist get value in human life? If there's no God, it's just 100% arbitrary. We could say this thing has value. We talked about the calculator before. The calculator does have value. Why? Because I value what it does for me, and I value who created it. I recognize that this is an amazing technological marvel. I know that someone created this thing and it's amazing. But it's because there's a creator involved. I am in awe that somebody created this thing that I can use to calculate. I find value in each one of you. I find value in you, Wayne, because I know God created you. I know you don't have to agree with me. That's fine. But I'm just speaking from my perspective. I believe God created me and God created you. So that's why you have value, because we were created in the image of God. But if we're not created in the image of God and we just evolved from chemical randomness, there is no purpose whatsoever. There's no value in our lives. If I truly believe that I'm an atheist, I am worthless. I have no value whatsoever. I'm expendable, and there's no reason for you to killing me would be a non-valued act because I have no value to begin with, because I'm just a random whatever. And you might say, oh, but I value a rose. I think a rose is I think it's amazing. But why? Why do I value a rose? Where is this sense of value? Oh, because it's beautiful. Where the heck did you come up with the idea that a rose is beautiful? I mean, 99.99999% of people find value in the beauty of a rose. There's not, very few women will turn down a rose if you give her a rose. Assuming there's a nice relationship between the two of you. Why does she value the rose? It's so weird, right? If there's no God, that rose is nothing. Where do we have the sense of beauty? Why is a rose considered beautiful and a big pile of mud considered disgusting and with vomit in it? Where did that come from? I don't know. If anyone could let me know, I would love it. I would love to create a great atheistic worldview explanation that actually makes some sense. And Lily's the Russian lady. That's right, CDP. All right, we got that. My Russian bestie, Jesse's Russian bestie, everyone's Russian bestie is Lily McRae. And great point with the calculator. Thanks, Robert. Julesy, I appreciate it. And I think it's a good argument. Don't pick the bear. And not trying to discuss why bots exist. I said, Jesse, I think a theory that I got from a bunch of people is that some other, whether this is true or not, I don't know, that live streamers pay spammers and employ bots in order to bring down other live streamers so that their competition is reduced. I don't know. Bots, why do they have bots? Because there are terrible people in the world. And these terrible people just like to be mean to others for whatever reason because they want attention. And that's it. And Lily says, guess what? I might be moving to the United States. Wow. Well, I would certainly welcome you to the United States of America, Lily. And that would be fantastic. And someone's McLennan. McLennan, is that your last name? I'm not sure what that means. Off topic, my mom is a McDonald. Oh my gosh, and I really want to go eat at McDonald's right now because there's no food in my apartment, just a smelly freezer and a smelly fridge. And don't need my ice bath today. And I'm trying to scroll down to the bottom here. And never been to the homeland. Nobody knows what the plagues took the rules down. All right. Scottish guy for the most part. Congrats on the medal. Thank you. The emerald medal, Jesse, that's good. But the only thing is it's not a medal. Gold, platinum, silver, platinum, palladium, rhodium, they're all metals. We need an actual medal for this next level of Olympic. Tungsten. I think, yeah, tungsten's a metal. All right. Guys, when we get to 45 likes, we're at the tungsten medal, YouTube live stream Olympics. Let's get to the tungsten level of YouTube live streaming, don't you think? 45 likes, we can do it. And let's see. Just another white guy says it's interesting, but I don't think he's correct. But for the time he was onto something, let me know what you're talking about. Where was I on track and where did I go off track? You let me know. Jesse says I love this chat. I'm not close to the bottom of the comments. Just another white guy says, explain all the slaves in early civilizations. Humans stink. In general, people are not great. And what's the other thing is, nature abhors a vacuum. Meaning, when there's ever, this is why anarchy does not work, because as soon as there's anarchy, someone's going to rise up and try to take over. Same thing why communism doesn't work, because it might be from each according to his ability and to each according to his need for a day. But eventually someone's going to go, you know what? Forget this. I don't want to live in this place where we're all equal. I'm smarter. I'm better. I'm going to lead these people and I'm going to become rich. So that's why there are slaves. And I like to point out, this is also something that Thomas Sowell talks about. Believe it or not, people don't even realize this. It wasn't whites who came up with slavery. Slavery has existed in every civilization. And many of the black slaves that were sold to the slave trade, the slave traders that came to the United States were black-owned slave markets, which is unbelievable, but people don't realize that. It was oftentimes blacks selling their own people to the Europeans. So to put all of the blame on white Europeans is just ignoring history. And and the word slave itself is it comes from a Slavic language. I forget what it means. Like, and it means, I forget what it means, but apparently the word slave comes from a white people that was enslaved at the time, which is very interesting. Think about Slavic people and the word slave, Slav. That's very similar, and I need to do more on the etymology of it, but why did slavery happen in general? People stink. That's it. And I'm sure you'll love it. Just another fun fact, most of Russian is Christian over other religions. Very fascinating and good to know, Lily. CDP, my phone's dying and I'm at my barbecue. Love you all. I got to go clean out a smelly freezer. So I hear you, CDP. And always wanted to go. I feel connected to the Scottish Highlands, always have. And Jesse says, I inspire people, especially me. Thank you. I'm so glad. By the way, I'm proud and excited that Monroe Mann is able to bring in the crowds too. For a while, I was starting to think that only the characters could, but I was excited to know that we had about 60, 70 people here earlier today, which is fantastic. Thank you, Lily. Love you. Love you. Just another white guy says, nobody who's who. What is it? Nobody's who's who. God, I don't know. Oh, nobody knows who God truly is. And I just have my faith and I lean towards the right direction. That's at least you feel the calling, which is a step in the right direction. Buena boys says God gave us morals that contradict our natural feelings. Men want to sleep with all women they're attracted to. Morals tells we can't just do that because a pregnant woman is walking by. Yeah, it's interesting. And I think why men when are biologically programmed by God to be attracted to women in that way is otherwise we would not be able to populate. If men were all asexual in the fact that they're not, I think that's the right word. If they're not really attracted to women and they didn't chase after them, then the whole species would just go extinct. And at the same time, yeah, I believe we have the morals saying, yeah, but you can't just run it. God gave us free will. This is now going into the free will conversation. And maybe that's a whole other conversation because it'll take a long time. But God gave us free will, but gave us the sense of God, this idea of morality to guide us towards using our free will for good. Robert's here. I would like to open a channel. I'm almost a 30-year. Robert Rutan, I think you're spamming now at this point. A graphing calculator has more value. That is true. Or not. To me, this calculator has much more value because I don't need to graph anymore. At least not right now. And I love this because I can do just simple calculations. And I value it more in some ways because it's so easily replaceable. And I think that does all the calculation I need in most situations. And yeah, Jesse, I don't know if Robert Rutan is telling the truth or not. Maybe he is, maybe he isn't. And what else? So Lily's now talking about the Christian argument. This is interesting. And feel free to share your thoughts. Aside from people believing in God, just because there's a Bible, there's actually proof, physical proof that there was Jesus, and if there's Jesus, there's God. So Jesus was historically, by pretty much any historian with any salt, a real person. But there are some people who claim that he wasn't. But even if he was a person, we still have to prove, was Jesus God or just a... So that's, again, a whole other argument that we need to figure out. Jesse guesses, I guess I'm worthless now. Well, Jesse, you're not worthless in the eyes of people who believe in God, because we know that your value comes from God, not from humans, not from other people, not from your social media following, not from your emotions, nothing. So, and that's the misinterpretation a lot of people make when I make that argument. They go, oh, so you're telling me I'm worthless? No, I believe in God, and I believe every human has worth because we're all made in God's image. I'm saying if you don't have God, I'd like to know what your argument is for where your worth comes from, where your value comes from if it's not coming from God. That's all I'm saying. And Christ is the King, says just on the white guy, no man is value unless you do your part to create it. Very good. Robert says, I don't value a rose, I value my husband of 27 years. So I can value both because I think both your husband and the rose are God's creatures. I need to take another one of these pills. And I also need to take one that's going to clear up my nasal decongestant, ladies and gentlemen. Only take them if you have a cold or have nasal issues. Do not take them for any other reason, ladies and gentlemen. Consume over-the-counter responsibly. Okay. Just another says, I went through an atheist phase, but God brought me back home to the Holy Roman Catholic Church. Just another white guy, I'd love you to share why. I'm very curious. Well, what brought you back to God? Yeah, some Christian people scare me too. I'm Christian, and sometimes I go to these churches, and these people are absolutely crazy. And oh my gosh, I cannot handle it. I feel like they're caricatures of what Jesus would want them to be. And it's just, I don't believe that they are genuinely communing. They're doing it more to show. They're doing it more to show off their faith than they are actually trying to make a connection with God. And I think that's the issue. I think Jesus has an issue with that issue. I think you shouldn't be. Again, worshiping God should be about God, not about, and helping your fellow man, not about showing other people how holy you are. I agree with you, Justin. The white guy, Christians ended slavery before it was normal. Okay, that's good. Very good info. Uranium is my favorite snack, says Lily. Uh-oh, that's trouble. Slavic comes from, the word slave comes from Slavic. It's the other way around, from what I understand. I believe. And what else? Oh, CDP said that he was going to go to the barbecue and can't get away. Can't get enough. The word Slav comes from sklavus, the term used by Germanic armies that forced Slavic people into personal servitude. Thank you very, very much, CDP, for giving us more information on that. Fantastic. Beautiful. I'm going to screenshot that because that way I can read up on that more. Robert says, it's me, Julesy, not Robert. No spamming, the truth. Well, then I'm sorry. I'm hoping that you did get through any sicknesses, any troubles, any difficulties. I'm always excited when you guys get through something like that. And always share that on the live streams. Post them on my comments or any of all the social media, because a win for you is a win for me. But Jesse, please don't stale your mom's makeup. November 15th, 1994, my brain surgery date. Congratulations then, Julesy, on getting through so much. Getting so many years with after a successful brain surgery. Oh boy, there were a lot of spams there by Tristan, huh? Putting on glitter eyeshadow, that sounds good. Part of me wants to start wearing makeup. Like I want to wear like black under here, because remember we talked about being remarkable? everyone would look at me. I'm going to pick a day. I'm going to pick a day when I just walk around. I'm going to put like black under there. Or, I don't know, wear some eyeliner or something. Make something, I'm going to see, and just see if people, do girls look at me more? Do guys look at me more? Do I become more remarkable because I look different? Maybe it's a cool thing to do. Just another white guy says, I was in a terrible accident, was brought back by a man with a cross on his neck. The cross was the first thing I saw, meant something to me. Fascinating. Interesting story. Very helpful. Jesse, you're funny. Should have been dead, chest compressions. He did, saved my life. Well, glad you're back with us. I'm on the land of the living. And Jesse, please don't be stealing mom's wake up whenever you want. Don't call my mom on me, though. Am I turning emo? Maybe. I must be. I know I've caught up on the chat if I was talking about makeup, and then she's talking about emo. And I think I caught up. Hooray! Ladies and gentlemen, your friend Monroe Mann caught up on the live chat. And for those of you just joining, my name is Monroe Mann. Very interesting channel. Do live streams on a lot of topics and a lot of different personalities. This is the main personality, Monroe Mann. We got Billy Bob from Louisiana, Rocco Tribbiani from New York and New Jersey, Timothy Hilford from England, Kino Surf from Hawaii and California, and working on a bunch of different others. I play some music and my guitar, live originals and live covers. I'm working on learning some covers. I might do a whole cover thing for the Beatles. I think that might be fun, and do like 6 or 7 Beatles songs. That would be cool. So we're going to be working on that. And this week, now that I'm back, I'm finally going to be setting up the memberships. I don't know if anyone on the channel wants to subscribe to the memberships, but you're not going to know unless we try. And I'm looking forward to doing that. So let me see if there are any final questions before I go clean my freezer. And the Scottish guy is talking to Lily. Just another white guy says, thank you. I got a sub. Thank you. Remember to click the bell too. Just another. I really would appreciate that as well. Julie says, you're remarkable as you are. Just be more sexy. I'm going to be very sexy and be creepy at the same time. What's up, Julesy? How you doing? You like that? And that's for free, Julesy. That's for free. And any chance we get a song on the guitar? Yeah, CDP, absolutely. If you guys want a song, I will play a song for you. I will do a poll. I need to get at least, I want to make sure, I need at least 5 people to say yes. Should I play an original song or 2? I don't want to do it just for one person, but if you got a few people in here that want a song or 2, we'll see. We got 2 votes. We got 3 votes. All right. Very cool. So, all right, guys, I'm going to play a song for you guys. Let me get a few, let me drink a little bit more. Drink a little bit. Maybe what I should do is at the end of every live stream, play a song. That's nothing. Let me do another poll. Should I perhaps play music at the end of each stream? I don't know. Maybe yes, maybe no. We'll have to look into that. Let me get the tripod all set up here so I can put my phone in the right place. I got to get the guitar set up. 1 second. Give me 2 seconds. Let me fix this. All right. Got the guitar right here. All right. Let me see. We got 5 more. Ha! 5 people saying yes. Actually, let me do it again. I want to do that same poll again. Play a song of mine at end of each stream. I'm actually going to keep this poll going while I'm playing, because that way people will listen to the music and I'll know the votes are more accurate. Because if they hate my singing, they'll say no. I'll play this. I'm not going to play this now, but it's a cover song that I will play next time for you. But I just started playing it for a second, and you know this? Remember this one? Okay, but I'm not going to play that now. I'm going to play one of mine. I usually start with this one because it's the one that people know so much. Is the sun is always shining somewhere. That's right, Jesse. Here we go. And by the way, when I'm doing this, I feel more that I'm doing a show. So if I feel like I'm passing the proverbial hat around. If anyone wants to support with a like, a subscription, a super chat, or anything, thank you for supporting the channel. Even just watch time. I love having you guys here. Here we go. Yeah, Vicky. Yeah, Lily. The sun is always shining somewhere. Yeah, the sun is always shining somewhere. And I know you can't see it, but right now the sun is shining through your hair. It's so bright, and everything is gonna be alright. Just get up and fight one more round, 'cause your beautiful life is coming right around the bend. And I send to you a confirmation of what you already knew. Stop being blue, 'cause I see you smiling in the light, in the light of indication. All your determination coming to fruition. It's a beautiful day. Don't give up now. Don't give up. Don't give up on the dream. Don't give up. No, don't give up. What you're feeling is not what it seems. I know you're feeling out of the world is out to get you. I promise that it's just a short-term dismay, but it's dark, you say it's a rainy day, yeah. But only for today. The sun is shining somewhere. Yeah, the sun is always shining somewhere. And I know you can't see it, but right now the sun is shining through your hair. So look up, 'cause you can't see the sun if you're looking down with a frown. It's time to rebound, back on top, or back on track. And yeah, baby, you're all that. Did you know that you're awesome? And those who don't see that are blind and dumb and stupid, yeah. Forget their little minds. 'Cause I'm happy that you're all mine. The sun is shining somewhere. Yeah, the sun is always shining somewhere. And I know you can't see it, but right now the sun is shining through your hair. So look up, you're already there. The sun is in your head, you're already there. The sun is everywhere, you're already there. The sun is in your head, you're already there. So, thank you very much. My name is Monroe Mann, and thanks for CDP for encouraging me to sing. And I'll play some of my songs. That hat's getting a little bit, starts to hurt on your forehead after a while. And let's see, what is the other one? Oh yeah, Look Around. So by the way, all my songs, I kind of write them, they got a little motivational bent. And I write them to inspire people and to inspire myself. So that last song is a reminder that the sun is shining somewhere in the world at every given moment. And no matter what's going on in your life, you can get through it. You can 100% get to it. Let me see some of these chats here. And someone's telling me, hold the ears. I memorized the lyrics. And thanks, another white guy, a strong person to play music for others. Especially it's tough because look, I know I'm a better speaker than I think I'm a musician. And maybe I'm a better comedian than I am a musician, but I love playing music. And I love writing music, and I love that some people share. I know that as soon as I start playing, there are fewer people here. And I don't get a lot of likes when I'm playing my music. But even if one or two people want to hear a song of mine, never turn down an audience, and I appreciate that. And who knows, maybe one of these days, someone, like a lot of people, will like my music. But, so thanks for listening. This song is called Look Around. And the message of this song is, it's kind of like what CDP said earlier, and we were talking about, don't get stuck in your own inner thoughts, look around. Make sure that you are constantly looking for opportunities, looking for ways out of difficulty and all that. Look around, tell me what you see, is it me? Or do things look contrary to what you used to? Look around, are you pleased with what you see? Can it be that nothing in life is free, even love? That they say even money can't buy. Look around, look around, look around. Look around, look around. Get your head off the ground and look around, look around. Don't look down and look around, look around. Yeah, 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 look around. Your feet have left the ground, you're in the air. And you don't seem to care that you're leaving. The only ones who love you behind. Look around. Is there more to life than this? Give me a kiss. Is there something that I missed? I feel alone, and all the memories are fading fast, so fast, so fast, so fast. Look around, look around, look around. Look around, look around. Get your head off the ground and look around, look around. Don't look down and look around, around. Yeah, 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 look around. Yeah, look around. Yeah, look around. Yeah, look around. Look around and around and look around, look around. Look around and around and look around, look around. Look around and around and look around, look around. Look around and around and look around, look around. Look around and around and around. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you for watching. Thank you for the awesomeness. And this is another thing too. I'm far more comfortable doing the public speaking, and it does take me a little bit of courage to do the singing and the playing guitar. you got to do it anyway, guys. You got to get over your fear. And I know there's something right now in your life you're not doing because you're scared, because you think I don't have what it takes. I'm not trained. I'm not good enough. I'm not whatever. Enough of that baloney. Make it happen. Go out and do something that you want to do that you're scared of. Let me read the messages. And holds up a lighter. Thank you, Jesse. Stands by CDP. Thank you so much, guys. And I know I'm waiting for CDP to let me know. I don't know if he wants to be a mod or not. We'll see. And love it. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Thank you, Julesy. Give us a joke then. I do improv comedy mostly, but if you want a stupid joke, I'll give you a joke. So in New York City, love the city because, I mean, everybody really works right hard there. But let me tell you the difference between New York and Miami Beach. New York City, women are working 40 hours a week. In Miami Beach, they're twerking 40 hours a week. There you go. There's my little joke for you. But definitely come back for my improv comedy. That's what I do most. I also do improvisational raps and things like that. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Just another white guy saying you thought it was really good. By the way, you could, definitely. He says you can never do that. You don't like the spotlight. You can still do something like this and not love the spotlight. 100%. You could figure out a way to do it. Maybe you could do it in such a way you could become a studio musician if you want. And it's a beautiful song. Thanks, CDP. Sign the petition. 3 more signatures left. CDP. Wow. Got to give him a heart for another super. This guy's CDP. I mean, he needs to be. I don't know what. Thank you. He supported me again. He's given me all these $2. It's like he's playing like roulette or he's playing blackjack, and he keeps putting two pound chips on the table. Thanks, CDP. I appreciate that. And we want a drum solo from Lily. We do. Why are you looking at me, bro? Sing a song in Russian. Oh my gosh, that would be tough. And we got Jesse, Scottish guy. Let's see what else we got here. Want a joke? Are we still at 42 likes? Is there anyone here who hasn't given a like? Feed my ego a little bit and give me 1 like, showing that this is valuable stuff. I can sign I never heard it. Was it good, Jesse? So we'll see. I'll do one more song, I think. And let me see. So this time I'll play One Day. This song is about the struggle, like not only that the 18-year struggle for the YouTube to get it monetized, but for the struggle for everything we do in our lives. And we're just thinking like, how much longer do I have to struggle before something works, before this takes off, whatever it may be? And the answer is just keep going, because one day it's going to work. One day things are going to take off. One day my moma'll have a house on the ocean. Oh, how nice it would be one day. Success will be more than a notion. Oh, how nice it will be that day. We'll be bouncing off the wall. Oh, how nice it will be that day. We'll be celebrating it all. Oh, how nice it will be that day, when everything comes together. But right now I'm waiting for that day, when all that's going for me will finally go. What a wait it's been for that day, when we made it to the top, all the way. And all I have to say is that day is a day, oh, one day we're gonna change the world around. Oh, how nice it will be that day when what we're looking for is found. Oh, how nice it will be that day we'll be bouncing off the walls. Oh, how nice it will be one day we'll be celebrating it all. Oh, how nice it will be that day when everything comes together. But right now I'm waiting for that day when all that's going for me will finally go. What a wait it's been for that day when we made it to the top, all the way, and all I have to say, yeah, is that day is a day, oh, one day we're gonna celebrate. I know we're gonna find a way, one day we're gonna celebrate. I know we're gonna find a way, one day we're gonna celebrate. I know we're gonna find a way, one day, one day, one day. Thanks, guys. You guys rock. And thank you, CDP, for suggesting I play a song. Honestly, sometimes I don't need encouragement to do a lot of things, but I need encouragement to play my own songs. So anytime you guys want me to play music, you let me know. Because, as I said, I feel far more professional and more of an expert with the improv comedy and with the public speaking. Playing the music, it's a little bit more of a challenge for me. So thank you guys for your support. And let me read the comments, and then let's see, one day is very motivational. Thank you so much. And Jesse's got to go. Don't say, unfortunately, I have to go watch a movie with my dad. That's fantastic. You get to go watch a movie with your dad. Enjoy it. Have a great time, Jesse. Somebody asked my daughter to sing in their band. Team Awesome, that's great, but contracts. Don't let her start singing in the band until a contract is written and signed by everybody as part of the band to make sure it's very clear what your daughter is expected to do and what she's going to get for all that work. Okay, we've got some more comments here. Jesse Pinkman, business funds. This is weird. I'm going on a new phone. So my husband's pulled up your name and it says West Monroe Mann charged with murder. What? No, that's not me. So don't worry, that's not me. What's up, good cat? That's good. Just another white guy says, love it. Thank you for playing us, brother. Thank you, CDP. I appreciate you, the kudos and the support. Yeah, they're all original songs. All those songs are on Spotify and Apple Music. You can find some music videos for them on my channel. So you can look for them on Monroe Mann's channel, and you can find some of those cool songs. Some of them are lyric videos. Some of them are actually music videos that I produced and we made videos for. And Team Awesome says, solid advice again. Thank you, guys. Just on the White guy says, love it, man. Scottish guy says, does it say murder, a song that's him? I don't know if murder means, is that good or bad in this context? I don't know. But let me end. Hey, look at this interesting poll. 14 people, 85% say I should play a song of mine at the end of each stream. So maybe at the end of each stream, whether it's Billy Bob or Rocco or me, it's an easy segue. We got an audience of people. That's a nice idea. Maybe I'll try that. And Mikey, I don't know what you're talking about, but sounds inappropriate. God does exist. He brought me here today. I needed this morning. And hey, I needed you guys as well. I really appreciated all of your support for everything that I've been doing. And the truth is, no one can become a YouTube live streamer or a successful YouTuber if it's not for the fans. And I kind of feel like you guys are so much more than fans. You're kind of part of a family here. And I genuinely appreciate every single one of you do, from the moderators to the people just watching, the people who click like, the people who subscribe, the people who do the super chat, the people who go and watch my videos later and click like and leave comments. I mean, all of this is helping, and I'm You're helping my lifelong dream come true, which is to become a successful performer and a really successful public speaker. I'm helping you to become more successful in everything else that you do as well through these live streams. So I hope it's a symbiotic, scratch each other's back type of relationship. And Denny says, I'm on my new phone. Julesy here. Hello, Jules. We're all family here, apart from the trolls. That's right. Yeah, Denise. Awesome, guys. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I think somebody's probably going to be doing a live stream tonight. Oh, I'm going to do the rap tonight. Everybody's been asking me. I've asked about 5 times over the last 2 weeks. People saying, oh, when are you going to do the improvisational rap? So turn on your bell, subscribe, and sometime later tonight, my time, I'll do some rapping. So, whoa, just another right guy gave $4.99. First super on a live stream. Let me tell you, you are not just another white guy. You are tops. You are super. You are amazing. And I appreciate all of you guys. And I really hope that if not me, if someone else can, I hope you find someone who supports you guys as much as you guys support me. And I hope you feel my genuine love for you guys. I can't believe that. I don't even care how much I'm doing this for. I mean, the fact that this is $20, great. So it's $20. I've been doing this for an hour and a half. It's less than $10 an hour. I don't care. I'm getting paid to play my music. I'm getting paid to do public speaking again. And I'm getting paid to have a great time with awesome people like you. So thank you so much, kind sir. And give us Blondie for Julesy. Kamala's better. And thanks so much, Just Another. And yeah, a nice one for Just Another White Guy, because he's not. He is one of the best, one of the best white guys. Now it's going to sound like I'm being inappropriate by saying that. But hey, thank you so much for your support. CDP, thank you for your support. Thank all of you guys. Thank you for the amazing support on this stream. And by the way, Just Another White Guy, is there any last question you want me to answer for giving me that? Because it's still showing you there, and I want to make sure is there a question you'd like me to help you with? I'll give you 30 seconds to write something in there and let me know if there's anything I can assist with. Otherwise, but I'm going to wait and see if Just Another's got just another question. Let's see, we got some thumbs up from CDP. A thumbs up, a peace sign, and a heart made with the hands. You know what's fascinating? You know that heart made with the hands, this thing, right? We've all seen it, right? That. Isn't it weird that it's only kind of started in the last 5 years? Where was that in the 80s and the 60s and the 1820s and the 1430s? Why did it take so long for the human race to learn how to just do this? And who came up with it? These are very good questions. All right, well, Just Another White Guy's not asking a question, so I'm going to transfer your question to South Movie Action. Just came on here in the live stream. I'm going to answer this quick question. Oh, no, we got something there. Well, I'll answer both of them. Personally, I'm voting for Donald Trump. I think his policies make a lot more sense for the nation. And Just Another White Guy says, no, man, I just appreciate your time. I had a great time in the chat. Everyone's intelligent and respectful, which is hard to find these days. I've done a really good job. I'm patting myself on the back, but I'm not doing a good job. I've worked hard to try to make sure the moderators keep this respectful environment. I try to do that as a host to make sure, because if people are in here just spamming all the time and insulting one another, then no one's going to want to come here. So thank you for the compliments. Thank you to the moderators for doing your great job. And thank you to everybody on this live stream. Every single person here has contributed in a great way for what's happening here. And please don't give up on your dreams. It sounds like a trite bit of advice. 18 years, people. It took me 18 years to finally figure out how I could get paid on YouTube. I mean, most people give up after a week and they realize, oh my gosh, it's hard to get subscribers. Oh my gosh, no one's watching my video. No one has been watching my videos for 18 years. It's only just started. So please take your time today. in the 3 minutes after I get off the live stream, write down on paper, what are 5 dreams that I would really like to happen in my life? And then start figuring out what can I do today to maybe make that dream come true. You guys are far more capable than you have any idea about. You guys are superstars. You're superheroes. You got superhero abilities. You just need to use them. I'm just reminding you of that. So have a great afternoon, great evening. Hope to do another live stream later today. Time to go clean out my very smelly refrigerator. Bye, guys. Thank you, guys. Bye, bye, bye. Bye, bye.